incapacitation station.
Ready.
All right,
Is the
welcome back,
locomotive-
everyone, to Curse of the Vistani, episode 62. When last we left off, the party had stolen some gold from Audra, who trapped them in some kind of strange alternate space in retaliation. The party managed to convince him to give them a second chance by fighting his minions. You've already fought his first round of minions, which were fire elementals, and did it pretty easily, and are currently in the middle of fighting the second wave of minions, the earth elementals. We are back up to the top of initiative. So, Curio, what are you gonna do?
We have Earth Elemental. We saw another one through the invisible wall. This one is stunned. I know it's going to be halted after. Stunned. I am going to smack it over the head with my staff of striking.
Okay.
Did that
A
come through?
19 is gonna hit, yes.
Okay.
You do get
right.
advantage because it's incapacitated.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and do that just in case.
Yep. 28's definitely gonna hit.
Ooh, 28.
Yeah. I updated my settings so it automatically does the two-handed now, so that's how it'll show up.
Wonderful.
And then I smack
Yeah,
it
you taught me how to
again.
do that last time.
The palm of my hand is all
Oh
numb.
wait, was it the 15 damage from before?
Yes.
Okay. All right. A 24 is definitely going to hit. Luckily, it wasn't that nat 1 for you. For 17 more damage. Bludgeoning, and it is magical, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All
and
right.
extra 10 force damage.
All right. Extra 10 force. You got it.
I'm double checking something.
Okay.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I smack it again.
All right. 25 for an extra 14 damage. You watch as the earth elemental in front of you, as you whack, whack, whack in quick succession, as it starts to crumble and falls to pieces on the ground in front of you. It is dead.
A hammer time. And then the other one is getting prepared, so we saw it walk through the wall, so I'm going to...
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be walking through the wall.
Here. Well, it did.
It was coming up to the wall.
Top. Yeah, it hasn't gotten to our wall yet. It walked from northwest to the west through that wall, and we saw it just walk through. Yeah.
Saw it across there.
Okay.
So I'm going to be here next to Aurora. That way we're ready.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
And what is San gonna do on San's turn?
Yep. Next up is San.
She is going to... Let's see her actions. She's going to... Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, does the whole punching sound bad?
Don't hear it.
Or can you hear it? Okay.
Don't hear it at all.
Okay.
Okay, for her bonus action, she's going to take a steady aim.
Your action for when the thing comes through the wall?
And when it comes through the wall, she is going to throw her dagger +1. Unless it gets close. Oh. Yeah, so it's going to have to come fully through the wall. So she's going to attack with her dagger, whether it's going to be thrown or melee is dependent upon where it ends up coming through the wall at.
Okay. So she's holding it for when it comes through the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is magical. It's a dagger +1.
All right. Well, then next up is Aurora.
Okay. I gotta
And I
get
think your sword is still on fire.
Yes, it is. And it's just that guy out there.
Yep.
So I'm actually gonna move a little bit here, just to get more people in the circle.
Okay. It's really good.
Yep. And that's what I'll do for my turn.
You gonna
Is it-
ready an attack just in case it comes
Yeah,
through?
I'll ready to attack as well. I always forget to
Okay.
do that in case there's a creature that moves in.
On frontline fighters helped for Lilia's sake here.
Next up is Lilia.
So we now know that there's probably going to be 2 more battles, so we know to conserve a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hi, Burning Shadow.
Anybody hurt?
Yeah, is anybody hurt right now?
It's been a bit. I am not. I even still have 10 pitch points.
Nihal?
Sauna's
Full health.
good.
Yes.
You are hurt?
Hurt? Yes, no.
Uh,
Miss Callan?
I'm down 5 points.
What about
Yeah.
Callan? That means you, Meteor.
Sorry. He
Callan
has 8
hurt,
temp and
yes.
is on full.
Okay, so
Yep.
I'm going to... Let's see. Losing where I am on my map. Walk over to Aurora, and I am going to use my staff, and I'm going to cure wounds.
I imagine her
Okay.
smacking him over the head with the staff and his wounds, heal. Be healed.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Pretty much
Shoulders,
all I
back
can
of the
do.
knee.
Pretty much all I can do right now, so
Aurora's a tall one.
we're good.
All right.
Since I don't have Luna to control.
Yep.
Next up is the Earth Elemental.
Which one?
The alive one.
Okay. They're both still in the turn tracker, so.
Oh, yeah, they are on the turn tracker. You're right. I was going to say, the one shouldn't be on the screen anymore. All right,
Still in
so
the turn
it's going
tracker.
to use its movement. Okay. It is going to end its turn still inside the rock, having used its full movement.
It could dash if it wanted to.
Could.
It could, but then it couldn't attack. And it would
Quite
just
true.
be exposing itself. Alright, so next up is Callan. Callan is going to step over to here. And then he is going to cast Web.
Do.
So,
And where is he casting it?
I will show you in just a second. 10, 15, 20. So it's going to basically cover the wall right there. He's casting it on the wall there, so that anything that comes
Meteor.
through. Yes.
Oh, wait, never mind. Don't
What?
worry about it. I was thinking about my command spell, but that was on the one that's dead.
Yep,
worry
that was
about
on
it.
the one that's dead. So he's basically coating that wall in a web, so anything that comes through will get stuck in it. He's going to use his bonus action to have his cannon try to move further up the wall. If you remember last time,
Yep.
it was climbing 15 feet up the wall. can move another 15 feet to the top of the wall, and
Can it actually get over the wall?
It actually runs into a ceiling, an invisible ceiling. And Callan would know that, so he expresses that to you guys.
There is a ceiling.
And
Ceiling detected.
Saflin, you're up.
I'm not going to get to go again until the guy comes out the wall, so...
Yep, a 5-foot layer of web is currently coating the wall.
Right. I'm wondering if I'm going to burn the 5th level early or just wait. Might want to wait. I'm just trying to figure out what can I do to attack things I can't see, which is... I have options, just limited. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast, because I would be aware that it's in proximity, yes?
You are aware
we
that it
saw it
started
coming.
heading up that stairs, but you have not seen it since.
Okay, because I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers, which is just a radius.
Okay.
It's something that can hear me in that radius. It's not something I have to see. So I'm just banking on the fact that it is probably within 60 feet.
Okay.
Because it's not a huge arena. And I'm gonna cast that at... Let's just do it as a 1st level.
Okay. I am going to give it advantage on the save because it is inside rock. So that would dampen the sound a bit.
It's a mental attack.
I don't think it's an auditory.
Oh, it's not
No,
auditory?
It's a psychic
Okay.
attack. Yeah, it's mental.
Okay, then never mind. You're right, it's mental, not audible. Okay. That
Like,
changes that.
I'm whispering the melody, like I'm humming the creepy melody under my breath, but it's not hearing that. It's hearing it in its head.
Okay, that changes it then. Okay, so wisdom saving throw. DC 17, jeez.
And just for flavor, I will say that I'm humming this audibly, so everybody else can hear it, but they're not hearing it mentally except for my target.
Natural 20.
Well, you rolled with advantage. Were you supposed to roll with advantage?
Oh, no,
roll twice.
Okay, we'll take the 3 since that's the first one. I guess my thing re-switched to do it in both again.
You may need to turn the tab option back off since it updated.
Yep.
But yeah, so basically the discordant melody that I chose was like a boss theme in a minor key. Just for fun. For funsies.
Okay. Let me test this one more time. Alright. Fixed.
It's working now. Yep.
Where what's going on in my head is Lavender Town song.
Dang it. I didn't see that first one. I just saw the nat 20.
To be fair, if you had kept the nat 20, I would have silvery barbs it and made you re-roll it. Because I've been hanging on to that.
The 3 was first, so...
Okay.
'Tis only fair.
I was just going to be like silvery barbs.
Alright, so 13 psychic damage.
Yeah, and since it did not succeed the save, it does
use its reaction to move as far
as its speed allows away from me. Yeah.
Okay.
So, stalling a little bit. Yeah, I was expecting it to succeed and just take the half damage or whatever it was, or no damage, depending, but...
Alright.
Yeah, it would have taken half damage had it succeeded.
So, you have no clue if this took effect or not, but it feels like your mind connected to something with that. But you still can't really see
the
it.
Wall?
That wall is solid rock.
Wall. Yeah.
Oh.
Through through these portions here.
Yeah,
these
you
black
could see if you went
portions.
around, but
So, like,
yeah.
Son might be able to lean over and see it, but otherwise. And so would I, in theory.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will actually move, since I haven't used anything other than my action.
Okay.
And I'll move here, near Son, and can I see it from here?
Let's see.
If not, I'll move enough to see it and then move back in.
I'd say you need to go one more space over.
Alright, so I'll move out, because it's not going to use my full movement.
Yeah,
See
there
if
you
I
can
can
see
see
him.
it.
Yep, there you
You
can
call
see
out,
him.
I see him, he's back there, he's a little bit further away from the wall now, and get back in the circle.
Okay.
And then for my bonus...
Yeah, I'm using the ruler for the line of sight, by the way.
That's fair. Bonus I will not do. I'll not use a bonus action, so that's
Okay.
it.
All right. Back up to top of initiative with Curio.
Already an attack action.
Okay. And San?
Already an attack action while taking aim.
I didn't think he'd actually run, but yeah. Because away from me didn't have to mean backing out of the room. It just meant it had to be this way.
That was the straight way
yeah,
away
that was
from
the
you?
straight way away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't
Alright.
get around him, so.
Aurora?
Yes.
Anything
Are
you
you
want to do?
also going to red in attack action?
Yes. I will already an attack action in case of attack.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's the only attack I can do that on a target I can't see.
Nothing wrong with that.
Lilia.
Banana?
She's
Oh,
doing...
talking to myself again. I'm going to get my
Spiritual
spiritual
weapon?
weapon up. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
I would like it placed here.
Right by the wall in front of Son. So
Yep.
on the edge of the
Okay.
circle.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Banana hammer.
Sorry, I was stuffing my face with pizza. I'm taking a break from the hole punching. And, yeah, pretty much all I can do.
Alrighty. Next up is the Earth Elemental, which, you guys can't see it, so you don't know what it's doing over there.
So it can move towards us again.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since my bonus is I can attack with my weapon,
Uh-huh.
would I still be able to attack it if it came through?
Only if you
no.
can do it as a reaction as an attack of opportunity of it moving out of your melee range.
Correct.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. Okay.
Slowest moving earth elemental on the planet.
It has a 30-foot movement speed.
It's the same speed as us. Yeah.
And you
You
made
would
it move
think,
30
though-
feet back.
You would think that since it's a large creature, though, it would move a little faster on the
You
30
can
feet. It would
ready
get
an
a little
action,
further,
but not
yeah.
a bonus action.
Correct. She was
Alright.
she was
Okay.
asking about reaction attacks, though.
Yeah, no, you can't
Completely
use it
different
to get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
It is going to, unbeknownst to you guys, for the record, it is going to burrow into the ground and dash.
It can do that.
25, 30, like right there. So it is currently underground there.
The webs that way because it wouldn't know the webs were there, but because it's in the ground, it will evade that.
Yep.
Because if it's earth gliding, it doesn't disrupt any of the material.
Correct. Yeah, it was not doing that because of the webs.
Yeah.
It had no clue they were there.
Yep.
Okay. That'll end its turn. And Callan's turn.
Question.
And... Yep.
Before we continue, the spirit guardians, would it detect it?
No, it would not.
You don't have spirit guardians up.
No,
Yeah,
Neon
that's his
does.
aura.
No, Neon.
Oh,
No.
that's his aura. Oh,
Yeah, that's his aura.
Nope.
is okay. So
an
it's
aura.
not the spirit guardian. Okay,
No.
because I know he has it
Neon?
too.
Yeah, he talked about it before.
Yeah, I thought he
Yeah.
had the spirit guardians up.
He had it up in the last fight, not in this one.
Okay, so it's not
Okay.
up right now. Gotcha.
Right, that's
Okay.
just your aura.
Yep.
His
All right.
aura of courage, I think, isn't 15 feet.
Well,
I think it is.
I didn't note that he had summoned his
I did not
spirit
either.
Because I
guardians
remember
last
it came
round, so-
up.
It came up in the
And it
previous
was like,
fight
what? Neon has spirit guardians?
against the fire elementals.
10 feet, yeah. So that would be, if it's 15 feet, yeah, that would be spirit guardians.
Okay.
Because his courage and protection are just 10 feet.
It still would not hit him underground, though.
Nope, not while he's underground.
All right. Callan is going to try to step to the side to get a better view. And as he's leaving the range, the Earth Elemental is going to take an attack of opportunity on him. And he's going to roll to hit. 13. Jeez. Of course. That misses. He's going to make a second strike. 16 is just going to hit. For 10 damage to Callan.
I'm muting myself again while I eat.
Actually.
Okay. So that stops Callan in his tracks as he gets swiped from below. And then the elemental's hand re-submerges. And Callan says, "It's underneath us!" He is then going to... Not much he can do while it's underground. He's gonna continue to take a few steps back over this way. And he's going to ready a firebolt for if it shows itself again. Saflin, you're up.
Okay. By the way, the D&D creator did say that the spear would impact burrowing creatures if they were within the radius, because the radius is a sphere. It's a sphere, not a circle.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Then go ahead and
point of order.
roll your damage.
I put the link in the D&D chat.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll damage on your spirit guardians.
Sure. I have to remember what it was. Give me one moment
is it
here.
spirit guardians that's up though?
You said it was, because that was the radius that's showing.
Yeah. Because his other radiuses are 10 feet. And that is a 15-foot radius.
Alright, so...
here's the
DC 14 wisdom save. He gets a 19, so is that half damage or no damage?
Half.
Half. Alright, so half to 4. Radiant. Alrighty.
I remember talking about it being goats with wings.
Yep.
Yep.
Biblical.
All right, now it's your turn,
creatures here.
Saflin.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for that disruption. I just wanted to.
No,
No, you're fine.
Because
That's
I
good to know.
remembered that question happening before when I was looking it up, and I'm like, wait.
Well, I remembered at the
I would
end
not
of stream.
have thought that.
I remember at the end
It's a
of
spear. It's because of how it's described. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
weird.
because I remembered at the end of stream I was looking into making a image for my spirit guardians of little flying cats.
Okay. Well, he's still burrowed, so I can't see him. So I don't know where he's
Correct.
at.
You know he just attacked Callan, so you know the general area that he's in.
Okay.
Yep, Earth elementals are hard because they suck like this.
I will. Where is it? Not cantrip. Vicious mockery.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can't actively see him, so I can't
Okay.
mock him. That's sad. I was gonna use a rock pun. I have to wait. Well, because I can't bane him. I can't vicious mockery him. Can't command him because I can't see him.
You can hold a spell if you'd like.
Yeah, I will hold. I'll hold a command.
Okay.
And I am again holding the command of halt.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I will offer a bardic inspiration to trigger my mantle of inspiration.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that I hit Callan, so if Callan wants to get out of dodge, he can.
Okay.
And Lilia, if Lilia wants to get out of dodge, she can, knowing that something damaged Callan over there.
So that means I can move without taking an attack of opportunity?
Correct. It just uses your reaction.
Callan's gonna stay put.
Which you get your reaction back at the start of your turn, so you'll get it back before it goes.
I'm moving.
Aurora,
I'm like-
I'll give you that benefit as well.
Okay. I'm gonna move. Boop.
And then I'll also give it to Curio and Son if they'd like to reposition, because I think I can hit everyone.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'd actually like to bunch up.
Yeah, well, you could position to do that.
Son,
if you'd
get
like
over
to,
here.
Yeah.
Does Son have it?
Can you move Son
Yes,
to the
I
right?
can give it
Okay.
to 5 creatures I can see, so I'm hitting everyone except for myself. So
Thank
yeah.
There you
you.
go. All right.
Exactly, Burning. All of my mental spells are just higher levels of vicious mockery. Pretty
true.
much.
All right. Does that end your turn?
I also have a movement, so I'm going to
You do?
move so that I remain within the circle,
Okay.
the aura. And that's it.
All right. Curio.
I am going to ready an attack action
Okay.
in order to attack the hand if it pops up to attack. That
Okay.
way I can hit it while it's visible.
What if it's the head that pops up?
Well, I'm
Meteor.
going to hit if something pops up for me to hit.
Callan
Yes.
can also increase his temporary hit points back to 8
Oh, good to
from
know.
that. Nobody else has taken damage, so it hasn't been relevant.
Good to know. 8 more temporary hit points.
Yes.
Yeah, he did burn through those.
Yep, that's why I was letting him re-up them. I just forgot to say it.
All right. Son.
San is going to ready her Quilliam Grasp Tattoo to attempt to grapple it should it pop up.
Okay.
And San would like to take hers after mine, if mine is able to activate.
Okay. Aurora?
Yes.
Sorry, guys. I know this is the boring part of it. You're up.
Oh no, it's not your fault. This is how you play Earth Elementals.
Yup.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what I got here.
Command is vicious mockery. They just listen to your words more.
I was gonna say I was gonna use command.
It is
Can't see
currently
it.
not visible.
I am holding a command for when it becomes visible.
Oh, okay. I don't need to do that.
You
oh,
can
it's
hold
not
an
visible.
attack.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
keep
he's
holding an
underground.
attack.
Are you gonna
Okay.
tell it to approach?
No.
Halt and approach at the same time.
Yes. Confuse it, and it'll hurt itself in its confusion. I've
I
seen
think
both.
it would do one
Can
of
do
them
that.
anyway.
Maybe Earth Elementals can.
Yeah, because you don't have to tell Meteor what your command is until you do the command. You just are readying to cast the spell.
I had to declare it when I set the command action. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure, which is why I said it.
Okay. So you're readying an attack, Aurora, correct?
Yes.
All right. Lilia? What are you gonna do?
Let's see. What do I have access to?
Just remember, we've got 2 more possible battles after this.
Into the cantrips.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to
And
ready
we
an
know that
attack.
Spirit Guardians works when they're in the ground.
I think I'm just going to ready an attack.
Okay. What attack
If
are
it
you
starts
readying?
to, I have to claim what attack?
Yes, you do. Because if it's a spell, you'll burn the spell whether it goes off or not.
You
If it's a
can
melee
ready Toll
attack,
the
then...
Dead.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. I think it's going to be a cantrip.
Yeah, when you hold an attack,
Which
you
is-
have to say
You
what
have to
attack you're
declare if
holding.
it's a melee attack, if it's a spell, etc.,
Yeah.
because it still gets used.
Mhm.
Toll the Dead then.
Okay.
It's a cantrip anyways, so.
Okay. All right. That brings it up to the earth.
Hold on. I do want to move back into the circle.
Okay, go ahead.
There.
All right. So that brings it back to the earth elemental's turn.
Which means it takes damage from
Yep.
the
Roll a wisdom
does?
save.
Yeah, it's every time it's
16?
in its
Yeah,
turn.
When
yes,
it starts its turn.
that wasn't a question. That was a yes, it does.
So roll damage,
All I heard
Nihon,
was,
for
"It
your
does?"
Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
That's also what I heard, Nina.
I heard
It was meant as
does.
it does, not it does.
So 5
It was not
damage,
very clear,
Meteor.
though. I'll give you that.
5
All right,
damage.
5 damage.
Wait, why is it 5?
Because
It
it made the
succeeded.
save.
Oh, okay.
Half damage.
All right. So it's going to move underground again. It's going to swipe up through the ground at you, Curio. With a
To load their
+8
attacks
to
on it because
hit.
it's emerged.
So 17, does that hit?
Well, Curio and Aurora get to launch theirs first. It's emerging.
Yep, reaction takes place from it raising its hand out of the ground.
Yep.
So we
Okay.
hit, then it gets to hit.
Okay.
So Curio rolled a 31 or a 33 to hit.
Is that or both? It should just
Well,
be
the first
one,
one
right?
is 31.
Okay. Which
Yeah,
hits
the
for
first
16
hit
damage.
is 31.
Multi-attack the trait.
Do you have multi-attack or do you have
Or
extra attack?
or...
Because
I
extra
have
attack
extra
is different.
attack.
Extra attack, yes.
Yes. When I take the attack action, I attack twice.
Semantically,
Okay.
he attacks twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know there's something with extra attack versus multi-attack that means you
It's
don't.
extra attack. They're not
Yeah.
creatures with tails and claws, thus they're not
Okay.
using multi-attack.
Okay. So then
Well, I
the
mean,
second one's a
fire
crit.
They are, but they're not
for
attacking that way.
20 damage.
Curio has tail and claws.
And then 3 more force damage.
3 force. Okay, and then Aurora,
Yes.
go
You get
ahead
to
and
roll
roll
your
your attack.
It's emerging.
Oh, okay.
and then it's gonna try to hit both of you.
And its
And
attack
then
And
is
then do
Son
we
gonna
gets
get
to
to
do
because it's
hers.
its reaction?
No,
Because
this
we all
is where we readied. Yeah, if you got your readied, yours is a range. Yeah, you can do yours too.
Yeah, you also get to do yours. They're just in initiative order.
11.
Does an 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Okay.
So now it's
So
my turn
it
to do my
takes you-
ranged.
hold on.
Son.
Okay.
There's going to be an order to this.
Okay.
Okay. Because right now it's like barely popped its hand out of the ground.
Yep.
Everybody was
Alright.
just waiting for it.
Right. But it's like literally underneath of Curio, so just give it a second.
Well, this is why Nihon missed.
Yep, exactly. All right, so its first attack to you, Curio, misses. So it's going to take another one. And now knowing better where it's coming out, the rest of you know exactly where to look and can take yours. 14's going to miss as well.
Go
Lilia,
ahead
yours
and
can
take
go off.
Lilia's, and
Callan's
then
is going to
Son
go
will do
off.
hers.
Is it missing any hit points? No way.
Yes.
It is.
I
So
hit it with a
yes.
psychic attack in the wall.
Right. Okay, so I need a wisdom
Wisdom
save
16.
for yours.
Hey,
Please don't-
Arcane Firearm is in there.
It
14.
fails.
So it fails, doing
23 damage.
23 damage.
3 damage.
16 necrotic.
And Callan's Firebolt does 20. So that's
Son also gets hers.
yeah,
Yep,
that
if it's still up.
mm-hmm. Just 1 second for that. So 23 and 20, so that's 43 damage. All right. So after that, it starts rising up out of the ground. Suns can go off and Safflin's can go off. And Curio
Yeah, I just
and
have to-
Aurora, I need you to roll athletics save.
Athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
As it's coming up under you and kind of throwing you to the side.
Sorry
you
for the
land on your
stapling
feet?
sounds.
It's
Oh, well, that'd be acrobatics. I can do
or
that.
acrobatics.
You rolled for Son, not Curio.
Oh,
Do I need to roll for
Sorry.
acrobatics then, or instead of athletics?
yours
Yeah, either one. Whichever
is
Okay.
at 12.
is better for you. All
Yeah,
right, so
Aurora's
you got a
probably
12.
a lot better with.
He rolled a
athletics.
9, so all right, so you're pushed 5 feet out of the way, basically. No damage or anything. You're just pushed to the side as you jump out of the way, basically. So Sans readied action can go off now.
Make a strength check.
Make a strength check against her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She had readied the coiling grasp tattoo.
17.
4 damage. Okay, so nothing happens. It manages to break the coiling grasp before it can actually grab on.
Okay. And then lastly, Safflin. Your command to halt. Okay. That's a wisdom save as well.
Yeah,
8. I'm pretty sure that fails.
that definitely fails.
All right. Next up is Callan, who is gonna fire off another firebolt. 22 is gonna hit for
Ouch.
4 damage.
Wow.
Nat 1 on both.
Alan.
And he got a 2 on the first one on the 2d10. Could have done 20 damage. He did 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
It happens.
Okay, he does 4 fire damage.
I mean, it is a
Callan's
cantrip.
just in shock.
Oh, what the heck? It just like brushes the side of his head.
But he also
Then his-
just watched them get shoved. He's trying not to
Yup.
hit Curio.
Exactly. With his bonus action, he's gonna.
I just want to
use-
say, when that thing popped up, we rocked its world.
Oh yeah.
It is going to.
See what it did there? Rock.
Yes. Oh, you had a pun, Saflin. What was your pun?
The pun's being used for vicious mockery, so it may
Oh,
not
I
be
thought it was for the
play.
giant. Okay.
No.
He's gonna use his bonus action to do Magic Stone, which hits for.
I imagine you picking up bits
11.
off the ground of the other one that we crumbled.
Yep. That's exactly right.
also
So that's
injury.
gonna do 11 more damage.
You might say Callan's appreciating the sediment. There you go, Meteor. I gave you one.
Tinka, that
All right.
doesn't work if they're digital dice.
So Callan's firebolt just glances off his head. The earth elemental like slowly turns towards him, and he quickly grabs a rock off the ground and launches it at him, and it smashes through his face, killing him
Go, Kellen, go.
as the earth elemental crumbles to the ground.
Everyone
All
lives.
right. Good job, guys.
Subversion.
Okay, now I need the victory music.
Da, da, da.
Ta-da!
All right.
By the way, the stapling sounds aren't horrible, are they?
No.
Okay.
Hearing them, so you're fine.
Okay.
Okay. The arena slowly starts to revert back to normal.
As the overlay slowly gets struggled.
Slowly get shrunk down, yeah.
Sorry, it's
Bye-bye overlay.
okay. There we go.
We're all
It's
just
a big
teasing.
map.
It is a big map.
It is a big map, yeah. It's huge.
All right. As soon as the earth elemental crumbles, Curio, behind you hear a plink 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 plink.
The gem pops out.
Yep, you look over, and indeed the gem has popped out of its socket. There's now a green gem laying on the ground in front of
Sam picks it up.
the altar.
Son
All
picks it up.
Okay, Son
Son's
picks it
gonna
up.
Because that's Son's gonna son.
And nothing immediately bad happened after the other one got pocketed, so yeah.
Callan's web is also going to disappear because the wallet was attached to has disappeared.
Guardians, what's your duration?
It's 1 minute, but we need to take a short rest
Yeah.
since it looks like we might have 2 more to go.
Yep.
So let's see what happens after that happens. So what happens?
How
All right.
long is Hammer up? Or
I think it's a
I'm looking.
minute. It's
It
either
should
1 minute or
say
10 minutes.
it's 1, so that's gonna end up disappearing too.
only
Yeah.
short rest yet.
As you guys are talking about taking a short rest, the floor in the center
Dragon says no.
of this room starts to glow a bit. Son, let's see. I'm gonna make a circle.
So we're not taking it yet, but we have we discussing.
Yep.
So right about there. Son and Lilia. This light refreshes you. go ahead and take a short rest instantly.
Okay,
Okay.
just those two.
The very center.
The light is still maintaining there.
Can I step in?
Guys,
You can.
get in here.
Everybody in.
Once everybody dog piles into the light.
Right. Kiryu and Aurora, are you stepping in?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I can't do a short rest for Son.
Is he giving us a health debuff?
He might be giving us a grace period because of halfway.
All right. So yes, you guys can take an instant short rest now, all of you. So if you want to roll hit dice or anything, you can do that.
I like short rest, and I cannot lie.
Anybody
Inspiration's
seriously
back.
injured?
Callan got hurt.
I have Kellen
he's-
to use his.
He is rolling the hit dice.
Yeah,
I
before
will,
healing.
I'll use my Song of Rest if we're allowed, but if it's instant, maybe not.
What did he heal for himself? 8.
He just healed 8. Yep, which gets him
How
back
much
up to
more
full.
does he? Okay, so I don't need to heal him. Okay.
I was gonna say if I'm allowed, I would trigger that, but
Yeah,
since it was instant, maybe not.
His actual hit points were only down 2. What did you say, Saflin?
I was gonna say if I was allowed, even though it's an instant short rest, I was gonna do a Song of Rest to allow people using hit dice to get an extra D8.
How long does that last? Or how long does that take?
It's during the short rest.
Yeah,
So
I'll
because
allow
it's instant, I
I'll allow
wasn't
it.
sure. Okay. So anyone using hit dice, you can roll an extra 1d8 for bonus hit points. They're not
Okay.
temporary, they're just on top of your healing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
full.
say while you're in this circle, that spell also seems to activate quicker. So it doesn't take like the same amount of time as it usually would.
Yeah. See how long it takes, but it's like you do this during your short rest. You do a
Right. Yep.
performance.
She's humming a tune, playing
Mhm.
songs,
So
I did the
it
victory
seems to be
fanfare.
getting
stronger
everybody
there.
to feel better. Yeah.
Alright, I did the victory fanfare. It's great.
Na, 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 na,
You can
na,
also
na, na.
recover 3 levels worth of spells. Spell slots, I mean.
So 3 spell slots of any level, or up to a certain
3
level?
levels worth of spells. So you could do
a
3
third level
1s,
spell,
a 2 and a
Okay.
1,
second
or
and
a
a
3.
first.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm recovering both my
Okay.
first levels.
Hear that, Neon? Aurora? Neon?
I think he stepped away.
I think
Okay.
so.
We will make sure he gets that.
So I'm just gonna take a first and a second for me.
I'm
Okay.
debating if I want to take 2 first or a single third. I'll take the 2 first. And I'll just be down 1 for the third. It's fine.
So after our rest, I'm going to rush over to
Hmm.
the thing so the people that still have spells up, we're ready to go really, really quick.
Okay. The second
Blue
you move
or
out of it,
yellow?
the
The effect
circle
ends.
disappears.
Okay.
Blue or yellow?
If those are your 2 choices.
That was more of a question for the group.
I know.
No, I'm
Did-
just going to do
did
blue. I
we-
mean, I'm rushing. So
Well, I mean,
as soon as
we're-
everybody's
We're
ready.
trying to ready.
Yeah.
So figure out what
Oh,
spells you want to prep.
Neon just said, "Be right back."
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So-
could have restored the tiny hut spell slot and then cast the hut again, but that's okay. That's fine. It didn't. It
Let it
lasted
take
all
you
of 2
10
seconds.
minutes to cast, though, don't it?
It's 1 minute.
Okay.
It's only 10 minutes if you do it as a ritual.
So I'm ready to push it to blue as soon as
Okay.
everybody's ready. That way it only takes like a round or two countdown.
Yeah, I will ready a spell or prepare to cast a spell, but I'm not gonna ready one immediately out the gate. I'm just gonna be alert.
Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay,
Are we waiting
Son's
for
going
Nihon?
to take a moment and steady her aim. That way she is eagle-eyed and on guard for whatever might happen. The
Okay.
first thing.
Callan's gonna pipe up and say, "Are we all
Oh.
just staying here again?"
Meteor,
Yes.
you never gave me access to my hammer.
Oh. Fair.
A meteor.
Yep.
You never gave me access to Son.
I'm not sure.
I don't even
know
can.
where
I'll have to
Son went.
check.
Do we want
There's
to
some.
gather around the pedestal again before we pull another one out in case the floor changes?
Yeah,
Or are y'all cool where you're at?
unless we all gather. No, I'm coming up here.
I cannot give you control over San, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. I just tell you where she needs to move if she needs to move.
Yep.
Hammer's gonna stay in the middle.
Yeah, Son is standing in the middle.
All right. Okay. You guys ready then?
And so
Are
that
we
way we
waiting
only
for
take
Nihon?
like 2 rounds. So we got ready super quick. 12 seconds. We're ready. We heal, we take a breath, and we're ready to go.
Okay.
But are we waiting for Nihon to get back?
That's up to Meteor.
We'll go ahead and start, and you guys can do your 2 rounds of whatever while the
Sure.
arena shifts, and then once Nihon gets back, he can do all the stuff he missed.
Yeah. Have to redo initiative anyway.
Yep.
New
True.
combat.
All right. So you spin the dial till the blue crystal is facing you, and
Push the button and hold my breath.
all right, you push the button. Immediately, water starts rising up out of the floor itself and starts to fill the chamber. You have 2
How
rounds.
high?
Ring of water walking to use it.
You have 2 rounds. What are you going to do?
How high is this water gonna get?
Currently, it's raising up. I'll tell you at the end of each round how full it
Be
is.
kind of anticlimactic. We're supposed to fight a minion, but we're just gonna drown to death instead. That would be unfortunate. So I'm gonna hope it doesn't go that high.
Okay.
Son's gonna go up the steps.
The ring of water walking
Okay.
right now, by the way. Is it still Son or does Lilia have it now?
I put it back in the bag.
Okay, so it's in
Up.
the bag.
Up these steps here?
I don't see
I
where
would
you
assume
clicked.
it would be the outside of the.
By the pedestal?
Yeah, the ones that just go up.
Okay. So she's up on the spiral up top. Okay.
I will use my preparation
Okay, then
time,
I'm
my
actually gonna
action,
do.
to
similar.
pull the ring of water walking out of the bag of holding and
Okay.
hand it to Son.
Okay. So
So
San
she'll put it
now
on.
has the ring of water walking.
Yep.
All right. Callan is going to say, "What should I do?"
You want to trigger your winged boots?
I'll wait and see how high it gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
20, what's the
Um,
DC?
Well, since it's water and we just fought elementals, we might be dealing with a water enemy.
30, 35. Okay.
Just kind of calling out to Callan.
Good to know. So he's gonna come over by you.
Please, no light thing. You'll shock the rest of us.
Aurora can move when he gets back.
Yes.
All right. Oh, you're back. Okay. Did you hear the thing about the
Spell
spell
slots.
slots?
3 levels
No.
worth of spell slots, so like 3 first levels, a first level and a second level, or like a third level.
Okay.
You can get one back.
I guess Spirit Guardians is 3rd level. I'll get that back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And we're in prepping
And-
rounds right now.
We also all got a short rest.
I'll go short.
Yes.
Um.
The room is filling with water. We are
Okay.
in prep time now.
Yeah. So, end of the round. The water level has risen to about 5 feet.
Okay, so high.
Yeah.
So you have one more
Zachlin
round.
is treading water at this point.
Okay, I'm activating my winged boots.
The stairs surrounding the pedestal like twist around it, going up about 15 feet. So if you're at the top of the stairs, it would be about 15 feet high.
Okay, so I'm not in water then yet?
Probably not if you're on those stairs.
I'm climbing
Okay.
the wall.
You're climbing the wall, the invisible wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Callan's gonna press up against the wall there and just be like, "Okay, bye. I guess I'm here."
Are these like seats going up or down?
Down.
Okay.
If the
Not
water doesn't stop.
not very
then
much
I'll-
though. It's very gradual. Those.
Okay.
Okay.
The water is still rising at the moment.
I'm gonna taste the water. Is it salty or fresh water?
Things Meteor didn't know he needed to think about.
It is fresh water.
Okay.
It does not have much of a salty taste to it.
Okay, good.
She's thinking
Other than
about
maybe the
polymorph.
sweat that's dripping off of you guys into the water.
Is this for polymorph?
No.
Is it comfortable, Meteor?
The water? Like a
Is it
temperature wise?
freezing cold? Yes.
Uh-huh.
It is a comfortable temperature, yes. It is not freezing.
You know what's silly?
What's that?
Had I done the tiny hut, we would have a spot in the center that just couldn't
That's
get
just
wet.
air. Yeah.
Our own little bubble.
Well, it depends on where the water's coming up from. If it's just coming up from the floor,
It is coming up from the floor.
Well,
Yeah.
I get to determine the interior is always comfortable and dry. It specifies
yeah.
that in the
That
spell.
actually
You're
does.
right.
It does.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's very sad. Oh well.
Okay.
Alright, so it's
No one
fresh
else is
water.
moving anymore?
Nope.
I'm just standing right above the water as it's rising.
My
I'm
hammer
climbing.
is just raising as the water raises, basically.
Okay.
Holding up my staff of the woodlands, and I'm ready to drop a wall of thorns.
The next round, Safi, while it's still rising, pull the big leaf out of the bag and throw it down.
Yeah, I will
The
take
floating
the
leaf.
leaf
The lily
vehicle out.
pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
We'll do.
Throw it in the water, right
Yep,
down there.
I will drop that down. The bobbing lily pad.
Oh, I notice if you just barely hold it in now, you get a little.
Oh, it requires
Circle.
attunement.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't have an
Darn.
attune slot.
To control
It
it.
required
I'm pretty
attunement?
sure it'll still float though.
Yeah, it says very rare required attunement.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing
Where
that's to move it.
Yeah, that's why I said it should still float. Just can't really make it move on
You
its own.
can't control it.
Well, in order to it's not always its full size. It's shrunken
Oh,
down, and then
okay.
you
Gotcha. Yeah, and it would take.
release it.
It would have taken the short rest to attune to it.
Yep.
Okay.
So unfortunately, that's not gonna be possible.
Okay.
Darn it.
Yeah, I know. It would have been nice.
Mhm.
All right. So throughout this round, the water continues to rise until it reaches about 10 feet deep, and then it settles.
So people on the stairs are still not in water at the very top. Because the stairs are 15 feet.
Correct. If you were all the way up at the top, then yes, you would be out of the water. Callan is currently treading water. And his cannon has crawled up the wall and is resting at about 11 feet. So it's just above the water.
Walking, so she can just walk across it and get whoever.
Yep.
So she could go grab stick if she wanted to.
Okay. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
No.
So here we do this one.
Aurora with a 20. Nice.
How high is the Wall of Thorns?
So I select me.
60 feet long, 10 feet
Okay,
high.
Sans
5 feet
initiative.
thick. Or a circle.
My
with a
initiative.
diameter 20 feet high and 5 feet thick.
Callan with the low initiative roll this time.
I messed up.
How did you mess up?
I threw my bag of bags that I packaged my stickers in across the room.
Oh.
Oops.
And I didn't grab bags to package my stickers.
Lilia, what is your dex bonus?
2.
Lilia has a plus
What's
2.
the actual value?
15.
Lily and Kellen are both plus 2s.
Yeah, so you need the actual.
Yeah, what's
number,
the
not
actual
bonus.
value?
15.
Okay. Roll a d20, please.
Give me a second.
Man, I rolled low this time.
I rolled high this time, which is
You
good.
did?
9. Okay.
So Callan goes first.
Yep, Callan goes before you. All
Well,
right.
Yeah, Aurora goes first out of everybody.
Yep.
Other
I meant
than the
before me.
elementals.
All right. I need someone to roll me 2d10, please.
I'll do it. Come on.
A 7 and a 2. All right. So then
Quadrant.
1 there. And 1 here. Okay. So you watch as in 2 of these quadrants the water almost seems to come alive and raise up and is just this like torrent of water standing on top of it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is anyone actually doing the music thing that I'm doing, or should I stop streaming?
I'm not in it because I am currently trying to do things and I'm distracted.
Okay.
I did my standard Arcana check. Do I know what these are? And I rolled a
natural 20.
Nice.
Yes, seeing as how you've been fighting elementals, you're pretty darn certain that these are water elementals, which you have read about before, same as the fire elementals. And with a natural 20, you would know that they are immune to poison and resistant to acid.
So that really does not help San.
Daggers are poison or acid? She has the
She
plus 1
specifically, yeah, I was going to say she specifically
But-
has 2 daggers that are
Yeah.
both poison and acid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she does have the plus 1 daggers that are nothing.
That she does.
So.
All right. So first up is this one up top. Make sure the stream can see. And I'm gonna go. Oh, wait, hang on. Right there. So there. So it moves there, and then it's gonna dash. All right. So you just watch this torrent of water zoom through these corridors all the way over to there. And that's going to end its turn. Aurora, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast Spirit Guardians and ready an attack.
Okay.
Your spirit guardians.
Yes.
I also want to point out that if you are in the water, it is rough terrain.
I'm in the water.
That's
Aurora, however, is immune to rough terrain.
Yes.
So it would be normal terrain for you.
So how deep is the water?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Can I
Okay.
move up the
And-
stairs so I'm not in the water?
You can, yes. You have to move around this side.
Okay. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, this side is the bottom. Over there is the top.
Does Callan still have the breathing bubble? Because it's not in my
Give me 1
inventory.
second.
You know what? I think he does.
Okay.
It's not
Less
letting me.
worried
It's
about
not
him
letting
now.
me move myself. So I got
Less worried about him now then.
That is a good shout. Yes, he
'Cause
does.
I was just thinking, wait, didn't we just get an item?
Okay. I have moved. There we
Well,
go.
that's the bottom, he said, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll say that Callan put it on during his 2 rounds as soon as he saw
Yeah,
that.
because we knew that the water was filling up, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Meteor, we need clarification. What is
Okay.
bottom and what is top of stairs?
This side is bottom, this side is top.
Okay, so we're over here then.
Yeah, because I would have been
Yep.
near the top.
Yep.
I was already there.
Yeah, you can move back.
Okay.
We just weren't clear on where we were. It's fine.
Right. I
Yeah.
thought maybe it was like a half circle and like here was
Right, I
like
think
Yeah,
we all
that's what
stopped. Yeah, I think that's
instead
what
of
we all
a single
thought.
spiral staircase.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is a spiral.
Okay.
Yeah, going upwards.
All right. Then yeah, I will do Spirit Guardians.
Okay. You activate
Okay.
your Spirit Guardians.
Yep. Yeah, it should be my turn.
All right.
Hey.
So you guys are all right at the top of the stairs then? So 15 feet up?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the center of it is hollow down to the spinny monument thing. Yeah,
But there's
crystal
no
thing.
railing, so we could leap
Correct.
off the edge. We can see off the edge, etc.
And something could come up the edge.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
Saflin, your turn. Oh, were you
Okay.
holding an action or anything, Aurora?
During the
Spirit
prep phase?
Guardians was his action.
Oh, you're right. It was.
Yeah.
Okay. Saflin then.
Okay, I was not holding anything, so I'm just gonna do my turn as usual. And I'm going to shout out to the group with my Arcana check. Hey, these are water elementals. Poison, acid, don't use.
Son's going to
Okay.
curse in several different ways.
she definitely went. Every
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Yep. I could see that happening.
Yep.
Mhm.
And Saflin is gonna go ahead and take a look at the water. And she is gonna go ahead and use the Wall of Thorns to give us some dry land.
Okay.
So she's going to use the Staff of the Woodlands to summon Wall of Thorns, which, let me scroll to it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a area on the ground for that to cover.
I can either do it as a 10-foot high wall, which you said the water is 10 feet.
Yes.
which would work because it would do kind of like a sandbar effect,
Mm-hmm.
which works for me. Just to give us a place to stand on if we want it, and it is
Correct.
60 feet
Pika's
long
not here.
and 5 feet thick, so it will be a 1 square width,
Okay.
and it is 60 feet. So let's see. We can see them approaching. I can at least see the guy down here, if not the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
I'm
would be
gonna
able
go
to see
ahead.
both of them since the walls are see-through.
I kind of want to just cut straight across it,
Okay.
you know, like that.
All right. And it can go
Like
how far?
It is 60 feet.
60 feet. Dang. All right. Go ahead and draw it.
That's
If
why
you
I
want-
said I can do the entire thing. I could also make it a circle and make it even taller, but I don't want to make it taller. Can I do... Okay, so it's up to 20 feet high. So I could make a circle that is less high.
You could.
Because then I might want to kind of just arc it around us. Let me see here. Circle.
I'm not really in the
diameter is
fanfic
of
community of
20
Burning
feet.
Shadow, so I can't really answer that.
So I could effectively do that, or I could go across. It says 20 feet.
There's lots of fanfic sites you can look at.
Yeah, I'd rather do the line. I just can't remove that
Okay.
now that I've placed it.
Let me delete that. Okay.
Alright, so I wanna... Come on. Line. Oh my goodness. I'm pressing it and it refuses. There we go. Alright, that should be right. Yeah. That's pretty much right. Okay.
How wide is it?
It is 5 feet wide. So it's the square.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 feet thick, 60 feet long, 10 foot high.
Okay.
And it hurts things that go through it, but I mean, you can go over top of it. So.
All right.
That's my action. For my bonus, I will offer up again the Mantle of Inspiration to 5 people I can see, which should be everyone. If I lean over the edge to look at these two.
Okie doke.
That means you can all give yourself the 8 temporary hit points if you didn't have 8 anymore. And then if you want to use your reaction to move up to your full movement, you can do that if you want to try to reposition yourself in the water.
I am staying on the stairs.
Like if Callan or Curio wanted to move a little bit easier.
Does anyone remember what rule we did for when you guys were crossing it before?
What do you mean?
Damage-wise.
I think it was half damage
Right,
going
that's what
across it.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's what it was.
Just making sure.
Because you're not going through the thorns, but you are stepping on them.
Right.
So
I believe that is correct.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was half damage. I know this is an odd use of Wall of Thorns, but I mean, when you need a spot to stand, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It is now Floor of Thorns.
Correct.
Yep.
It is Bridge of Thorns. It is the Bridge of Thorns.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Next up is the water elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it will take the dex check.
And if
Fails.
it's floating over it, then I know it's going to sound horrible, but you should give it the same rules as us if it's
Yep.
not.
Yeah,
walking
that's
through
exactly
it.
why I was asking. So I
Yeah,
made
that's-
sure to stay consistent.
Yeah, that's why I said the elementals probably just walk over it. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it is going over the top. It is technically walking on it though. So yeah, the dex check. So go ahead and.
So it's
Are
piercing
we taking?
and slashing, and then it would be half of that.
Do you want me to
30
take
damage.
that wall of
Do we want to
thorns
use
that
the
you
base
did,
roll, or do you
or
want me to roll it again?
let's roll it again?
Okay. So let me double check what the exact roll is. 78. Okay.
Yep, 78. And halved, since he's going over it.
Oh, okay, so hold on.
She's rolling 78. It's not 78.
Correct.
No, I'm still rolling, but I'm reading because there's different rolls for when the wall appears and things are in it and when things move through it. So I want to make sure I roll the correct one because it's
Right.
moving over it. So it did the dexterity save. Okay, so it's slashing damage because it's moving through. It's piercing if it was there when it was created.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what I wanted to be sure of here.
And this...
So that's 35, and then it'll be halved.
My other question
17.
is, does this count as magical? It should, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So 17 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a magical effect, I would say.
Curio, how high up are you on the wall?
I am apparently 10.001 feet because I'm just above the water.
Okay, good to know. And Callan is treading the water, so the water elemental is going to come and encompass both of you inside of it. Its form just completely envelops the both of you.
How big is it?
It is a large creature.
It's using Whelm.
Yep. It is using Whelm.
Because Callan is in the bottom of the water, which is 10 feet down.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot by 10-foot creature. He's treading water, so he's still there.
Oh, okay.
Even though he has the breathing bubble on, he's not sunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I need you to roll a strength saving throw, please. Callan gets 14.
Just strength outright, not...
strength
strength
saving
outright.
throw. Yep.
Okay.
And then there'll be
16.
something else.
All right. The 16's going to save. So Callan is going to take 14 damage.
Then
What's
Need a
that?
user- It sounds like you need a new chair.
the other one triggers on Callan's turn. Yep. The escape roll. Ugh.
And then he is also grappled.
Mm-hmm.
And restrained, and would be unable to breathe if he didn't have a helmet on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's saving him breathing wise. But he is grappled and restrained. Curio,
And then,
you get pushed out of its space. So you're going to get pushed 5 feet that way. Okay. And that will end its turn.
Lily, can you check DM?
Yeah.
It is now San's turn.
Son's turn. Son's turn. So now I'm I'm a bit off.
Curio, roll me a dex check. Either acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you want, to see if you still hold on to the wall. Okay, yeah, you're good.
Also, hi, Buff.
So you got pushed
Welcome.
to the side, but caught yourself on the wall again, so you're not in the water.
I take it Lily is now looking up.
I did, and the answer I saw implies no.
Okay.
What are you
I
looking
have
up?
a plan of action. Nothing. Secrets.
He
You have to
will
wait till
have to
my
know
turn.
because he'll have to understand the ruling if you do it. But when you do it, we'll explain.
Yes.
Okay.
Secrets for now.
As
I'll DM
far
you,
as
Meteor.
Son goes, well, first, since Son is up there, she's going to see if there's an invisible wall between where the stairs are and down into the main area.
Okay.
So she's going to like push up against with her hand to see if like there's a wall going around the stairs up here that would block her from being able to attack downward.
All right. So where you see the black area, that is all wall. Anywhere else, there's no wall. There's the edge of the stairs, and it's just open air there.
Oh, in that case, since she's up there and they're down there, she is going to use her ready thing. She's going to pull out a sling and do very little damage, but there's a chance.
Would you do the sling or her dagger?
Her dagger's one use and would let her.
She has like 14 of them, though.
Yeah, but only
Okay.
1+1.
Okay.
And the other ones have been kind of resistant to non-magical stuff that I figured out whenever I was attacking with my claws and stuff. And
True.
I could feel the resistance, but the magic overcame it that's in my attack. So I would have told people that. So.
Okay.
All right. Is she getting advantage because of steady aim, or?
Yes.
Okay. So 21
That's
will
also
hit.
how she's getting her sneak attack.
Okay.
So 27 and halved. It's not a magical sling.
Okay, so that would be 13. All right.
And
that
does
sneak
she
attack
have...
damage really helping out.
Yeah, I mean that's all about the rogue.
Mm-hmm.
What is her range on the other thing? "30 feet. Yeah, it's more than 30 feet. Okay, so that's fine. She doesn't get multiple attacks. Okay. So that's her turn.
Okay. Next up is Callan, who is currently grappled and restrained. So his speed is 0. Attack rolls have advantage on him, and he has disadvantage on dex saving throws. Okay.
He can attempt to escape. Sorry.
Okay, so he is going to try to escape with
The question is, can he breathe?
He can,
Yes,
Since
because
he's got the thing.
He's
Yes,
got the
he
helmet
can.
on.
Then I don't understand why he would take the action to escape
He's
unless it's
restrained.
crushing him.
He's restrained, though.
But he can still attack and everything. Is it actually crushing? Is it doing damage? Okay.
Yes.
That
Yes,
would
it
be a
is.
reason, but it can just do it again next turn.
Yeah, it is like a pressure on top of him at all times.
Start of the elemental's
So
turn,
kind
he
of
gets
like
damage
Wrap.
more from it until he's gone. Yeah.
Like Wrap in Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean it can just grab him again next turn.
Yeah, it's a strength check to escape.
Well, the whelm has a recharge, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a chance that he might be able to stay out of it for a while. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
There's a
You
chance you can get out.
do whatever you think of.
Okay, so yeah, he's going to. It'll be another strength save.
Yeah, strength or dex,
Strength
whichever he's
check.
better at, acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, he can do dex instead? It just says escape
Unless
DC
it's
14.
specific. Yeah, it's grappled, escape DC 14. When you're grappled, you can get out
Strength or
with
dex. Okay.
either
I just knew the
acrobatics or
initial was strength. So.
Yeah.
Alright, he will do dex then.
The bottom, underneath the second paragraph of Whelm, that it's a DC strength check to pull someone else out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So. Otherwise, it's just an escape roll.
So he's
Yeah,
going to
it's just
fail. And he is going to use his bonus action
You're going to throw a rock from inside of it?
to move his cannon to where it can see the other elemental and is going to attack. This is the Force Ballista. So that is Force Ballista spell attack. So just +8. 15 is going to hit and do 14 force damage.
Hey, Meteor?
Yep.
Where was the cannon before?
On the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, it is climbing along the wall right now.
Okay.
It actually has a climb speed, so.
And it gets pushed 5 feet away from it.
It does, yes. So 14 damage. And pushed 5 feet. And then it's going to move back to this side of the wall, and that will end Callan's turn. Lilia, you are up.
My focus is this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
I did put it in a DM for you, Meteor, what we talked about.
Okay. Banishment. Okay.
I was asking her if I banished, would it take the other two with him? Because they're currently
Gotcha.
encompassed in him.
Gotcha.
And ruling said
yeah,
no.
I would rule no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you target a creature.
Correct.
Checked, because it's the same rules as if a creature is swallowed. It's one target, so you're not targeting everything in that.
I wanted
until
to
it
make
becomes
sure.
an object. So
I wanted to make sure I wasn't
they're still
banishing my
creatures,
teammates.
thus they're not the target.
So, charisma DC, thank you.
Just because I just saw this, I'm going to ask. There's a material component, an item distasteful to the target. What is that item? What would this creature find distasteful?
Which would contain whatever the item is, so you can just make something up.
Yeah, you can just make something up.
What do you think water elemental would
What would a water
stare at?
elemental not like?
Crystal light.
Kool-Aid.
That's actually funny.
Just a package of plastic drink rings. Just pollution.
Some trash.
Yeah, I'll just pull out a handful of trash.
How dare you! It rolled a 16 -1, so it fails.
Yep. It goes
Bye-bye.
poofage.
So does that mean that the effects drop from the two now?
It
If
does.
No
there
longer
were effects?
restrained
They're
because
no
the
longer
thing restraining
restrained,
them is gone.
Yep, Callan is no longer restrained as long as it's gone.
That's correct.
Now you just have to concentrate on it for a minute to keep it going.
And Hammer can move, because Hammer can move on a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Use the bonus action to both move it and attack with it as part of the same
And
thing.
Hammer can move 20 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm moving hammer closer to the elemental.
Okay.
I am good.
All right. Next up is Curio.
And I'm just humming, stay gone, stay gone, stay gone.
I am going to. Hmm. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dang it. Outside of range. You've got me count for a minute because it's really far away. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to use my feline agility to double my movement. And I am going to run over the water all the way down here.
Oh, you can do that, can't you?
I can.
Monk Messiah moment.
Oh.
Yep. I let go of the wall, I jump off of it, and I run across the top of the water.
Okay.
You can walk water?
Yes.
Is that a monk thing?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. So it's not a cat thing, dang it.
No,
Monk thing
the
specifically.
being able to move.
The dash is a cat thing. The walk on water is a monk thing.
Dang it.
Okay, so
This
I am
kitty don't
going
like
to.
water.
I am going to smacketh it.
Mm-hmm. All right. 32 hits, 26 hits for 24 damage total.
Yep.
I did sideways.
Did you?
And then it
Did you
will.
walk over the top of the wall of thorns, or did you jump over?
Oh,
I
true.
did a little hop over. It's just 5 feet, which my strength. I can jump 8 feet, so I could just hop over it.
Just trying to be fair. Make sure.
Yeah, no, I took into account for that.
Okay.
I could literally just hop over it. I have an 8-foot jump. Can't jump over a big hole, but I can hop over a really sharp glass-filled
5 foot wide
sidewalk.
thing. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the logistics of you're running so fast that you can run on water, but then you jump over thorns and
Yep,
land on the water
and
and keep running.
Yep, it happens. Ain't that fun? That's why I grabbed onto the wall at the end, is because I can only do that while I'm moving.
Yep.
I smack at it. Yeah, I think I'm. Go ahead.
I will say, reroll the damage is one-handed, please, because you
Okay.
gotta be holding onto the wall with the other hand.
Okay, I can do that. I will take an extra damage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That backfired on Meteor.
I think so.
Okay. 4 and a 2 is what you rolled before. My word.
Oh wait, no, it's
2
still
and 5.
it's still doing the 1d8. Hold on, I'll do it manually.
Okay. Thank goodness. I was gonna say how.
He might have just rolled really low on the two-handed. You don't know.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. See.
Oh,
There you go.
Really high.
That is a d6 plus 9.
That double backfire.
28.
Yeah, and it is magical.
Firedale.
Now again,
Okay.
go ahead and ignore the damage if it rolls it. I am going to pump a key point to do my flurry of blows.
Do more attacks. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see if this works.
So it rolled to hit, but it didn't roll the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, both of those hit. Another 26.
Oh, take off 4 damage. My
Okay.
my Eldritch tattoo is no longer in effect, and I had the extra 0.2 hit and damage in both of those.
Okay, so
So
you're
I have to
taking
Okay.
change
4 off.
that.
4 off total or 4 off for each?
Well, since I did 4 attacks and each one hit, that was an extra 1 damage for each
Okay,
attack. So
that
just
was my
remove
question.
4 damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so just 4.
4 total.
Okay.
And then it's going to get a freebie attack on me because I'm going to crawl around there. Can I take up the same spot as the cannon or no?
Cannon's technically on the wall, isn't it? still?
Yeah, he is too.
Yeah, I
So
am
it would
too.
just be a different height on
I
the wall.
would say
Yeah, I can climb up
yeah, you
diagonally
can
and like
climb
be above
up
it or below
to
it.
do it, but it is just above the water there.
Okay. Yeah, then I will be just on top of the cannon.
Okay.
And it gets an attack of opportunity
It does.
because I did not withdraw.
It will take that. 21 and an 18.
You know what I should have done?
My
What's that?
distance here.
Well, it only gets 1. I should have stunned it,
You
but
should
I
have.
didn't think to.
You didn't think to.
So yeah, the 21 hits.
Can't help.
All right. For wow, I rolled a 1.
11
All right, 11 damage.
damage. Okay.
Bludgeoning. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, to be fair, you know, this hurt. It hurt him a lot more than it hurt me.
It did.
Checking if I was close enough to silvery barbs. I was not. Even without the height difference, it was way too
Okay.
much.
Back up to the top of initiative. We have the water elemental.
And I'm going to assume, Meteor, that a 31, a 25, a 26, and a 20 hits.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So all of my attacks did hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so 5. It is going straight around you. Staying just outside your range. It is going to go through here. So it needs to roll a dex, right? 17, I believe, saves. So it's going to be half of half. So roll your 7d8.
Why would it be half of half? It's still magical.
It's half of 78 because he's going over top.
Right.
And then half
half.
because he
Going over
made
the
a
top,
save.
and then he
Yeah.
takes half as much damage on a success.
Yep.
I forgot.
Yeah.
So
Let
roll
me
a
go
78.
ahead and roll that.
Oh, good damage.
Oh,
So
Hey, was it
21.
in range of silvery barbs?
I had 2
Halved.
8s on those 78. It's saving throw.
Halved to...
I don't think it was within range because of the height difference, but we can check.
So 10 damage.
Yeah, half to 10.
I think it would have been maybe just within, but I think because of the height difference, it wouldn't have been in range for silvery barbs.
All right. So he's gonna keep moving. He's gonna come right up to you guys, and this is a 10-foot tall creature. You guys are 5 feet up. He is going to slosh on top of the platform that you are currently on, and envelop all 3 of you and attempt to whelm you.
We
So-
all have reactions to it.
So it recharged. Ouch.
Evade.
This one had not used it. It was the other one that used it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So all 3 of you make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
This guy has 90-foot movement speed. It's brutal.
Doesn't look like I save.
You fail. Safflin fails. Aurora saves.
Which means the other one comes back, right? Because I can't
Uh,
concentrate
roll-
if I fail.
Roll a.
Well,
That.
you're just going to take
sorry.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
roll
gonna
the
take damage now.
concentration check against the damage you take.
Yeah, against the damage.
Your
So
concentration's not just immediately broken.
first of all, Aurora, you are going to get shunted off.
Hold on.
Pause.
What is Aurora's charisma modifier?
Charisma modifier?
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
has the aura that gives us increases to our saves.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I have +2 to charisma.
Okay, so
Alright, so
Lilia's
Lilia
is
is
a
gonna save.
16 and Safi's is a 10.
He'll fail.
16 save.
16 saves.
Yeah.
Thank gosh. Thank you, Aurora.
Oh,
Yeah, so
and
I'm just gonna
Aurora's
be the
is a
one drowning.
26,
It's fine.
which
Yes.
is already added in, I'm assuming.
Safi still fails.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be drowning. It's fine.
So, Aurora, roll me a D 8.
Looking for direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reroll that. I need it either 4 through 7 is the only directions you'd be shunted. Okay.
Okay. There you go.
5.
Five.
Okay. So you get shunted down that way, and you land on top of
The
the
spinny thing.
spinny thing.
Uh-huh.
Falling 5 feet down. Luckily, it wasn't too much higher because you would have taken fall damage.
Yes.
But it still hurt. Just not damage worthy.
Okay.
Lilia,
I activate
roll a
my wings.
D8.
It still has to push you out, though.
Yeah, it still has to push you out.
Or you get moved. You do get moved, you just don't take damage.
Alright, so... roll again. Looking for a 18765.
Roll again.
Nope.
And again. Are
Hey.
you?
Narrow your range, Meteor.
What's that?
Maybe you should narrow your range and assign multiple numbers to directions.
That probably would have been smart.
So my
Alright.
my winged boots are activated.
Alright, so you get pushed 5 feet to the side, but you are hovering in the air, still 5 feet up. Safi, however, is going to take 10 bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled and restrained. And you cannot breathe.
You can hold your breath canonically for a number of minutes equal to your con score, so that's
Correct.
a thing.
Correct. For a minimum of 1 minute, I believe.
So do I also still have to roll for my concentration?
Nope, you did not get
No, you
damaged.
didn't take damage.
Okay.
If you didn't get that +2, you would have gotten damaged, and then you would have had to roll for your con save.
1 plus con modifier.
Yep, minimum 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Dang,
so
I can't believe 2 of you saved on that.
So I can hold my breath for 2 minutes.
Alright, that's gonna end its turn. Aurora, you're up. You just fell 5 feet.
Okay.
You kind of bounced off the side of that and are like half on it, half in the water currently. I'll say you're prone as well.
Yes. I'm too far away to be able to attack the thing, right?
It is
It's just
5 feet up,
now.
so you're taller than 5 feet, so you can still attack it.
Okay.
You can also pull Safi out of it.
However,
You pull me out if you wanted. Yeah.
hang on. You're in the water. You're treading water. Now that I think about it, the pedestal is down lower than 10 feet, so it is in the water.
So the water would buffet the fall.
Yes. So you are
So no
treading
problem.
water, so your like head and shoulders are about 5 feet down from it. So no, you cannot
Instead
currently
of
reach
being
it.
10 feet down, you're just 5 feet down in the water.
Yep.
Okay. Am I able to reach up to grab Saflin? Or am I too far?
You are too
Would I have
far.
Okay, so I'd have to move.
Yes.
You'd basically have to get back on the stairs, I'm guessing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do.
2 minutes.
I'm
it's
gonna get back
okay.
on the stairs. What's my movement speed for getting back on the stairs?
Your current movement speed is 30 feet.
Okay.
And you are not affected by the difficult terrain, so it's still 30 feet.
Okay, so I can basically just kind of climb back up to where I was.
Yeah, so you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you can get up with 25.
there?
Yep.
Okay. And that's my action, right?
That's just a
That's your
move.
movement.
Yeah, that's just
That's
your movement. And
okay,
then
then my action's going to be...
to try and pull her out.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
going to try and yank Saflin out.
Yes.
All right.
That's a strength
So
check.
I was
yeah,
gonna say
that would
strength
be
It's
yeah,
a strength,
strength
check.
check.
and you use a
Strength.
14.
DC 14.
Mhm.
19.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right. You pull
I
her
guess he
out.
pulls her out there.
Yep.
Yep, so I get moved in his direction. Yep.
Good job.
Very good. This elemental looks pissed.
And you still have a bonus if
And
you
I
can
look-
do anything with it.
And I look pissed right back at it.
Yep, you do still have your bonus.
And did you have Spirit Guardians up? Didn't you
Yeah.
say
Yep.
you were casting
Oh,
it?
yes, yes.
So it should have
So-
taken damage when it moved into it earlier.
You're right. So go ahead
Right.
and roll for that, and that's a wisdom save.
Yes.
All
Wisdom
right.
save 14.
It saves.
So it takes half.
So half of
8.
17 is 8.
A little bit of damage. So it's probably even more pissed than it was originally.
Yep. So it as a creature, it's just like swirling water, and the swirling just gets like more agitated and chaotic inside of its body as it is.
Imagine like a stormy
Pissed off
ocean,
right
how
now.
the waves along its arms would be super high and everything.
Yep. All right,
Mm-hmm.
That
Safi,
was a
you're
good
up.
turn.
Is also pissed right now. So Saflin is gonna stare it down and hum the most menacing version of Baby Shark you have ever heard in your life. And I'm gonna
Baby
Dissonant Whispers
Shark.
at 4th level.
Dissonant
Ooh.
whispers, you said?
At 4th level.
Okay. What's the save? 17.
Really sad damage roll for that much, but oh well.
Another 19. It saves.
Silvery Barbs. Reroll that.
16. Ah.
And I will give myself the advantage
Okay.
from Silvery Barbs.
Baby
Baby
shark.
All right. So
Shark.
27 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You still up?
He's still
Yeah,
up.
you rolled a 1 in there.
Yeah, I know. I was very, very sad about that damage for a 4th level spell.
Anything else?
And then, yes, my bonus action.
Okay.
And I am going to use my bonus action to do another mantle.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna
Oh, it
do
has
the
to move
mantle-
its full speed away from you, too.
Oh, it
yes,
does.
it does. It has to run. Which means everybody it leaves range with gets an attack of opportunity on it.
Yep.
Unless...
It's forced movement, so they wouldn't. Right?
Okay.
That
Correct?
one I'm not sure.
I don't...
Because it's not being pushed. It is actually
it's a
having
fear
to move.
effect. I'm not shoving it.
You're right. Okay.
It's
Someone look that up real quick, just to double check.
I think we've done it before though.
It. Okay. Oh.
It requires the target to move using
Yes,
its
it's a reaction.
so it provokes opportunity attacks.
Yep. It is not forced
I've
movement.
looked it up.
Yeah, I looked it up too.
So it needs to get its ass back here so we can
Okay,
actually attack
So
it.
all of you do your
Everyone gets to hit it.
your
I'm gonna
opportunity
whack
attacks.
it with the staff.
It's missing HP, right?
It is.
Yep.
And you can't cast a spell as an attack of opportunity.
I
You have
can
to attack it.
cantrip though, can't I?
Uh-uh.
Nope.
Ow.
It has
No,
to
it's
be
a
a melee
physical
attack.
attack.
That didn't
You
do
can
my
claw
roll
it
to attack. Hold on.
It did not.
or use a stick or whatever.
Okay. What am I gonna do then?
That still didn't do it.
Oh my god. Really?
Ignore
Fine.
my.
I'm just gonna do roll and add +6.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had to
here's
actually make a magic staff
Yeah.
item
roll
and rename it.
1d20 plus
Hey,
6.
here's a question then.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's an item that
There we
has
go.
a
21 hits.
thing that I could do with it?
You get to physically attack it. If the item has an effect that activates when it pokes something, that's between you and Meteor, but you are physically attacking it, and you have to have the item in your hand and ready now.
Because if you remember correctly, the first round I pulled out for the round with the
Lily, roll your damage.
earth elementals.
I'm just double checking what it is.
That's a spell. I can't. I said ignore that. So I'm trying to my javelin of lightning.
Sorry,
If
I meant
throw
Fire
that-
Red Lily, not Lilia.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
double
Staff
checking
would
what
roll
the
your damage.
damage roll is for the staff because I never use it for that.
It should be your
I have two readings there.
yeah.
I'm assuming the top one is one-handed and the bottom is two-handed.
okay. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You would
If I
have
throw
to.
my javelin
Watch, it's still
of
not gonna go.
lightning, can I do the bonus
roll
effect?
1d6.
Did you have that equipped already?
Yes, I
Okay.
pulled it out before the earth elementals.
Okay, good.
I bopped it
So
for 3
can I?
damage,
Okay.
and it's magical.
You can.
You can do a melee attack with it. You can't throw it.
You can't do the throw. Yeah.
Meteor,
you
I
can't
bopped
activate
it for
the
3
effect.
damage,
Got it.
and
So
it's
then
a
all I
magical
can
quarterstaff.
literally do is claws then.
You can also poke it with javelin if you'd rather do that, and just do normal javelin bokeh damage.
Aurora, you also get one?
Opportunity.
Sorry. Yay. Okay. Yeah, I will attack it then.
16
hit?
hits. Yep. So
Does
roll your
16
damage.
hit?
Yes, it does. Sorry. Yes, it does.
26 should hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with Nita User. That's not
You-
So yeah, so
great.
You
just
all
the two
slash at
piercing.
it, and it evaporates.
Good.
So I
This
can't
is
do
the
a
part where the DM
cantrip.
just gives up.
It
Right.
dies to the sound of Baby Shark being sung in minor key.
An attack of opportunity is a physical melee attack, so
Yeah.
not spells, unless you specifically have like a class feature that lets you use like a melee spell attack
like Warcaster.
as it. Yeah.
Grumble, grumble,
The
grumble.
funny thing is, even if you guys had all missed, it would have had to go over the thorns again and taken damage that way, and it was at 5 health.
Really hoping that my Dissonant Whispers would kill it, but I rolled really low on that damage.
Well, it pretty much did kill it. I mean, the effect of it having to run away killed it.
Yeah.
So, secondary effect. And you just have to concentrate there, Lilia, for another
Concentrate
little
on
bit.
the other one.
So can I fly back and stand on the stairs so I'm not constantly using my
Your boots?
boots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Flying back and getting back up onto the stairs. And I'm just going to sit there and concentrate, saying, please stay away, please stay away, please stay away.
Okay.
I
Thankfully,
imagine her saying this to the tune of Baby Shark. Please stay away.
so thankfully there is no threat, so you can concentrate for the full minute unabated. So that is.
And then Aurora's thing will drop because it has to stay up for a minute, and it only lasts a
My
minute.
hammer would be gone too.
Yeah.
So
Before-
after
Is searching for a way to dry herself off at this point. Her
after the
flowers are
minute
drenched.
passes, if I can, the water starts to drain. No, don't do that. Oh my gosh, these maps are so big.
And the hitbox for them is kind of weird.
Yep.
Okay, let me do a thing.
We're just getting spun around and flung around, and now we're off the map.
There. Wait, how long does Wall of Thorns last?
A while. Hold on. I can dismiss it.
I mean, you've already cast it. It may be useful
May
here
as
in a
well
bit.
leave it there.
It's 10 minutes. It'll be gone unless we go real fast.
That was just 1 minute, so.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes long, so it'll stay
Alright.
there if we hurry and activate the next one.
Anybody
Alright.
damaged?
Me.
I'm hurt a little bit.
Alan.
Okay.
Thank goodness for this bubble. And he takes it off.
Okay, so I'm going to
I
put a
know
hand on
Zahn would
Sappy.
splash water on Kellen's head from where she is right after he takes it off.
Right after he puts the bubble away, he pulls something else out of his bag and goes, I wonder if I'll get to use this in the next fight. And it's the prosthetic limb. And then he puts it back in his
I
bag.
get 10 healing.
Yep.
I am at full
How
again.
many? How far is Callan down?
He's down 6. The 10
And
hit
I'm
points
down
have
3.
been a saving grace for him.
And Curio.
I'm safe. You don't have to waste a spell on me.
It's the Staff of Healing. I'm good.
Freebies.
Okay.
Alright, so Callan heals 12.
Thank you.
He's back up to full. Callan's cannon is going to climb down off that wall, and then he's going to climb up this wall over here.
Yeah, I need to prep for the next one.
Based on the colors we have left.
He's going to go up to the wall of thorns. He's going to be like, oh, that's so cool. And he's going to poke one of the thorns. Ow!
There's my nat 20.
What's that for?
That is me preempting
Arcana for the next one?
Arcana for the next one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because Safflin's going to immediately fire that as soon as people are healed. Because she wants the thorns to stay up.
Okay.
For some of this, at least.
Okay. Question is, are we going to keep going? San's not here, so we don't have a hard 9 cutoff. And there's only one fight left.
You all, if we want to do one more, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I'm good with either.
I ate before this, so I'm good.
I ate during.
I'm eating right now.
Okay, so it sounds like we're good for one more combat, at least to start it.
Okay. Let me take a quick potty break, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
No, Meteor, you're not allowed.
Potty break. And put your Aurora down, Aurora.
What's the casting time for the uses of the staff? It would count as one action, which would be 6 seconds. I'm just trying to think how much time we'd have on the Wall of Thorns. If we would get a full minute out of it. Or not.
Well, we've already gotten a full minute because that's how long she had to concentrate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it has 10 minutes, and I cast it at the start of the last one. And we didn't have 6 rounds of combat.
Yeah.
Or we didn't have 10 rounds of combat for a full minute. Other than
Guesstimate 8 because of all the prep time and healing after and all that fun stuff.
Okay,
so we
I'm
spent
back.
8 minutes, so we have 2 minutes remaining.
Well, I mean, guesstimate that you have 8 left since we're hurrying to the next one.
Okay. So guesstimate the Wall of Thorns is 8 minutes.
Yeah, it has
Sounds
8
good.
minutes left.
Okay.
I will also say that
as
as soon as the water subsided, you hear a tink 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 as the blue gem pops out onto the floor.
No, there's no blue gem there. No one sees a blue gem on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Son knows where the blue gem is, but no one else saw it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So San has the blue gem. All right. So, Saflin, you're gonna be the one down there to activate it.
I imagine after seeing it happen 2 times, Son's hand would have already been under it, waiting for it to fall.
Probably.
Time because I want the wall to stay up for us to benefit from it at least a little bit if we can.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and spin it to the final one and just slap it in. It recedes, and the air inside the chamber starts to become dense with fog. You have 2 rounds to do what you will as the fog is filling the room. Nope. Wrong map.
I'm kind of tempted to say I would have taken a minute and just lost a minute on the wall to put the hut up. But
That's up to you.
nah, it's fine. I'll go without it.
So, Arcana check. What kind of elementals are these? Oh, we have to wait for them to pop up, right?
You have to wait for them
It's
to pop
going
up.
to be wind, but yes, we do have to wait semantically.
I'm going
I can't believe you got another nat 20 on it, too.
to hold my breath.
Apparently you don't know about earth elementals, but fire, water, and air you know everything about.
I mean, the stories, you know, the Bard tales, they didn't
Uh-huh.
really focus on the fire that much. Or the
No, it was
earth that
earth.
much.
Yeah, the earth.
Because the earth elementals aren't as showy. You know?
They're just rock. Dumb rocks.
They're just rocks. Yeah, I mean, the ground shaking, sure, it sounds impressive on paper, but if you want a show, nah. It's all about the pyrotechnics.
I also want
And the
everyone to go ahead and roll
effects.
initiative.
Also, I have to know,
Okay.
Safi, what was going to be the vicious mockery thing that you were going to say to it,
To the
to the earth golem?
There were a few that I could have pulled out, but depending on where we were, I was gonna talk about grinding them into dust, or metamorphizing him, metamorphosis. Or I was gonna do a comment about you call that a rock, more like a pebble. You know? I had a couple different directions I could have gone depending on where we were. So. And then if I hadn't done menacing baby shark, I would have made a comment about flushing the water elemental down the toilet. No. And then this one, it's just going to be a bunch of comments about breaking wind.
Hey, what would be an item that wind would hate?
A sail.
Yeah, anything that breaks wind's path, right?
Beans.
Beans?
Yeah, because it breaks wind.
Okay.
A fan. Yeah, there you go, a fan.
Fan,
I
a
have
vacuum
fan.
cleaner.
Yeah.
Anything that absorbs wind. Contains it.
I don't think I'd have a fan, though, would I?
A paper fan is a fan.
Okay.
So a little bitty fan.
So are you guys doing anything during this time? Or are you just waiting for them to show up where you are?
I'm
Waiting.
starting to hold my breath.
Okay. Saflin, are you staying right there at the base? Or are you going up the stairs?
Start.
Yeah, and I am where I want to
stand
be.
at the base of the stairs, and I'm going to pulling something out of the bag. I'm just looking at what I'm pulling out of the bag right now.
Callan's gonna be on the floor, but like under where the top of the staircase is. As he's remembering that if it shows up in this room, it shows up in the middle, so he doesn't want to stand right in the middle.
Agreed. Seems wise.
I think I'm going to start a little bit lower down the staircase, and I'm going to move my hammer to here.
Okay.
Oh no, my hammer drops. It needs to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Because of the time and all that.
Which Aurora Spirit Guardians would be gone too by this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Who uses spells?
Someone roll me 2d10, please.
I want it this time.
Okay.
2 10s, 2 10s, 2 10s.
Oh, sorry.
Dear, we know you're trying to kill us, but you're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud.
There's 110.
There is 110. All right, so...
Is this where whatever appears?
Yep. First of all, let's bring them to the...
So where would 9 appear?
9 and 10 are both the center.
Okay.
All right, so 5. It's going to be here. And 10 is going to appear right next to it. Or actually,
I'm going to make a fart
noise. It's going to be hovering in the air above it.
I'll
above
still
the
make
wall.
a fart noise. Well,
You make a fart noise.
I mean, Safi put me up to it.
All right.
Safi's Arcana check.
First, Safi, your initiative roll.
Okay.
21. Rolling good tonight,
What
girl.
does Safi know about wind elements?
So you know that, once again, as an elemental, it's immune to poison, and it resists lightning and thunder.
So my staff is absolutely useless in this one.
It's not useless, just doesn't do as much.
Your
as you'd
javelin.
hope.
Yeah, my javelin of
Do
lightning.
half damage. That's what resistance means.
Okay. So, Dex. Right. Okay. Okay. So, the fog gets to the point where it is, heavily obscuring. However, it's slightly different than normal heavy obscurement rules. You're not blind, but let's see how.
Wander into it, it would be hard to tell who was where.
Yes.
We'd just see silhouettes, basically.
Correct.
So I can still see to attack it.
I'm gonna say that you can see about 15 feet away well. Anything past that is going to be at disadvantage for attack rolls.
What if it's not an attack roll?
Then it'll depend if it requires sight or not.
Well,
Area of effect spells normally aren't affected.
Well, what I want to is a sight.
Can see, you just may have to be close enough to be able to be sure of your target.
Right.
So I have to be 15 feet away.
Pretty much. All right. So Lilia, you're up first. You see this swirling vortex. Well, you kind of see this swirling vortex. Yeah, if you step up,
summoned
you
on the wall.
See a swirling vortex. It is above it.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's hovering in the air.
Because it came.
So
if it came
It
through
just
the wall,
it
would've
like
hit you by
apparated.
much.
Yeah, it like apparated in the middle of the
air
air.
above it.
Yep.
Ah.
If
See
can
it
I
coming
see
out
it
of
from
this-
here?
the fog itself. Yeah, you should be able to see it there. It's about 15 feet up.
Burning my last one.
All right. You're banishing, I assume, that one?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, wait, it needs to roll first.
Yeah, charisma
Let's
save.
charisma save first.
Yeah, it's got a -2, so... Fails!
I
Yeah,
took
you
care
did.
of one.
These things are not
Please stay away.
the most
Please
charismatic creatures.
Good.
I'll just yell. I took care of one. I need to concentrate.
Yeah, they hit hard, so anything to make us have to deal with less is good. They hurt.
And then I'm gonna take a few steps back.
Okay.
And I'm just yelling that out in front.
Any bonus action?
No.
Okay. Safi, you're up.
Going to, knowing that this is probably the last one we're going to encounter,
Hopefully.
hopefully, and not knowing where the last one is necessarily because of the fog,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct.
I wouldn't be able to see it.
And just so you know, Meteor, she's having to burn some hefty spells to do what she's doing.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
she is.
Management's expensive. Yeah.
That's why I said it's my last one.
I will bonus action Mantle of Inspiration. And I will
Okay.
hit everyone except for one. Because I'd like to hit myself with it and get my temp HP back.
Okay.
So I'll spend my movement to move into the fog.
Okay.
So my base movement here. And I will, while I'm between all three of these, I'll trigger Callan, Lilia, Curio, and myself. Because I don't think I'd be able to see anyone else.
Okay.
I think that's the only way I'd be able to hit multiple people because of the limited visibility.
Correct.
Okay, so
And
I've
I'll
got
move
8.
myself down here with the rest of my movement.
I haven't taken damage, so I have...
Yeah, and that gives me the 8 as well. That lets everyone use their reaction to move if they'd like.
I'm good.
Out of those 3 people.
Staying here.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you'd want to back further up the staircase.
I moved right next to the wall.
Okay.
Okay. Callan can also move if he'd like.
Callan is just waiting for something to pop out at him.
Okay, otherwise he's back at 8 temp hit points if he lost any.
Got it.
And then that was my bonus. So I will spend my actual action, since I can't see anything to hit anything. So there's not really much point in me attacking right now. I am going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
Which means I have 3 duplicates, so there are now 4 Safflins.
All right.
That's it. I'm done.
All right. So next up is the air elemental that is still here. It's going to use its movement to fly up over this and get both of you in there. It can't. You're just far enough away from each other.
Can't get us both.
All right.
You got
It's
one.
going to...
You could roll a d20 and do odds it hits one of us, evens it hits the other if you really can't decide.
Well, he's going to do Curio.
Okay.
Curio, make a strength saving throw, please.
Man, you're going after my bad stats.
Woohoo! Hanging above
So
staples.
let's see. So you're gonna
Big
take
elemental attacks
half
right
the
out the gate.
damage, so 5 damage,
Okay.
and you stay where you are,
Okay.
which
So
sucks.
what happened?
He's currently enveloping you, and there's like a whirlwind of air flowing all around
Trying to
you.
knock
It
you
is
off
in
your
your
feet and
space,
send
trying to
you
blow you
somewhere.
away. Yeah.
Yep.
I was really hoping to knock you into those thorns.
I mean, I will probably end up dropping the thorns because knowing that they went right over it,
Yep.
they're not going to stay up. There's no point if they're just going to evade them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's concentration, so she can drop that anytime she wants
Yes,
to.
she can.
She literally just stops thinking about it.
Yep.
So do you
So
want
you
to do
want me
that
to delete
now?
it?
Yeah, we'll drop
Okay.
it now.
Yeah, you
seeing that it just went right over, I'm like, well, that's not helping.
it just went right over and then tried to like blow Curio into it. So you
I
go,
was looking
okay.
forward to you throwing me into the wall too.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm like, that's now a hazard, so that's
Yep.
gone.
Dang. I was so hoping. It goes in a
Mhm.
random direction though, so
Yep.
it still was only a small chance.
Yep.
I mean, when you consider 1, 2, 3 of the 8 directions would have been into the wall, it's pretty good odds.
I mean, even not knowing that it was trying to throw him into the wall, I would have dropped it as soon as I saw them both just go over it. I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to help.
Right.
That's why I got close to the wall in hopes that if it came down, it would like move through the wall, not think.
Yeah.
But no.
Meteor just decided, nah, it's going to dodge the wall.
Well, it's not going to go through
What's
something
this
that's obviously
obstacle?
hazardous if it can just fly
mean,
over.
It's limited visibility, but, there was a chance.
Would it have the knowledge that that is dangerous?
Yeah, it's smart enough to know that spikes are going to hurt. I will say, probably like 5 feet around it, the fog is getting kind of blown away from it. So, while you are this close to it, the fog is gone on top of you. But behind you, it's still there.
Okay.
So he's in the vortex.
Yes, he is in the vortex.
Fly speed, but it also says it hovers, and I don't know how high hovering is off the ground, so that's just whatever. It is what it is.
Hovering is 5 feet.
No, hover means it doesn't.
Yeah.
It can stay in the air even.
Yeah.
Right. It
As
had
long
to
as it
come
wants to.
down onto the ground to do this to Curio.
Right.
Yeah, hover just means you can stop while flying. A bird can't hover. If it stops flapping its wings, it's going to fall. Hover means you can stay in the air.
Yeah, it has a speed of 0, a fly speed of 90, so it only ever moves by flight.
Yep.
So, is what it is.
Still has
Hover
some
is like a
movement
flag.
left.
Can hover.
I beg to differ that birds can't hover.
Okay. It is not going to move anymore, so it is now Callan's turn.
I would say hummingbirds can hover.
Hummingbirds can.
Birds can hover.
Alright, so
Some
Callan, knowing that this is the last one.
Come on, Chaos Bolt. Hit everybody. You can do it, Callan.
Don't hit everybody, please. I'm low on spells.
I'm cheering for Meteor that some of these random things that has to happen when the stars align are going to happen one of these days.
Because they never do.
Even if it's for the badness of the party, I just want it to happen. Because that's how you get fun stories.
What would Callan do here?
His cannon's still up, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but that's
and
a
the
bonus.
wall's no longer blocking it.
But the cannon would also probably end up hitting Curio since it's now
Well,
Since he's
luckily
now
it's
enveloped.
just to attack the target, and it's a big one, so he can aim it at its like shoulder or something.
Says the guy who attacked the carpet and damaged Callan.
Yeah.
Sure, so it's not an inanimate object.
At the time, neither was the carpet.
Very true.
Okay.
What spells does he have, Meteor?
So he's gonna do something that none of you have seen him do before. He's
going to do something other than throw a stone?
Yes.
Magic stone.
Wow.
He's gonna summon a wind wall.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And let's see. So it's going to be wrong place. So it's gonna go like that. So right in between Curio and Saflin, but hitting the elemental. It is 1 foot thick, 15 foot high, and 50 foot long wall of wind.
Are you sure you want it to be straight?
So he can still fly over it. Wind wall. Let's see here.
The point was to hit him with it and not anyone else.
You can do that.
You can shape it any way you choose, so long as it makes one continuous path along the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he can hit with it.
So it's going to go like this, and then he's just going to kind of zigzag it like that, I guess.
Because, I mean, you can wrap it in such a way that it shields.
Yeah. Yep, you can zigzag it.
15 foot high. Okay, let's do... The problem is it would also block you guys off on the stairs, except for San and Aurora.
Well, that's what I was saying. You could put it on the other side of the elemental. Which, I mean, we wouldn't be on the other side of the wall from the elemental, but that's good because that means projectiles can still hit it.
Yeah.
Whereas
I
if
mean,
it's on the
if
other
you
side
want
of
the
the
wind
wall,
wall
we
to
can't
hit
it
it,
with
you can
projectiles.
literally just have it to go like down that way.
Yeah.
That way everyone north of it gets it, but that way the top of it clips it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, Callan's trying not to block you guys off from coming back over here. So he's going to...
I can climb walls, go around, so he's good.
He's going to do this, and
near
then
it
kind
is
of
not gonna
like
have obscured vision.
do that. So if the other one pops in...
We are medium. We can pass through it.
Wait, what?
Small and
Creatures and
smaller
creatures.
can't pass through. Things that are gaseous can't pass through. So
We can
medium
pass
and larger
through.
creatures can pass through, and the only time it does damage is when it
spawns in.
initially summons in and throws things up.
Correct.
Okay.
The only benefit we're getting from it staying up is that it deflects
The mist.
the gases and the fog.
Okay. Well then, yeah. He'll just kind of warp it through here and go through the elemental and just kind of spiral it through. Like that.
Yeah, just as long as it avoids us, we're good.
That's probably more than 50 feet, but...
Just fell again.
We get the gist.
Yeah. We'll say it's just spiraling in there. How about that? Like that.
Good.
And Kellen literally breaks wind.
So, it needs to make a strength saving throw.
it does prevent Son or
Which
Kellen from
fails.
throwing projectiles at it while it's up.
And
There's that.
then it's going to take 3d8 bludgeoning damage for 14. And does it put it pushes it, doesn't it?
He gets an extra D8, just so you know, because of the
his
arcane
feat-
firearm.
It should already be on there.
It's
but
3d8 damage plus 1d8
No, it
from
isn't.
the arcane firearm.
Yeah, it
Yep.
didn't.
Yeah,
Last
it
time
didn't.
you did a spell through it,
It
it
didn't do
actually
it.
showed the
Yeah.
arcane firearm.
All right, so 22
That's a good roll
bludgeoning
for the
damage.
extra one.
Yeah. Not 221, 22. I feel like it gets pushed too, doesn't it?
No.
Just
No?
bludgeoning damage for the spell.
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not additional magical attack damage.
Okay. Then he's going to use his bonus action to try to direct his cannon to shoot it. It's going to be at disadvantage, though. So... 13 is
Why
going to
disadvantage?
miss because of. Oh, he just got rid of the fog, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay, then it's
Hold on
still the
now.
13, but
Is this a projectile?
it is force
It's
blast.
magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
Making sure. Okay.
So it is not a projectile per se.
Making sure it didn't count as a projectile stone or something.
But it's still gonna miss because 13 was the first one. I forgot Callan could get rid of the fog with that.
Yeah, it's definitely not an ordinary projectile. It's like a magical
All right.
cannonball.
And that's going to end his turn. So it is San's turn.
Let's see. Some be helpful. Some be quick. Some cast fairy fire on this flying stick, I guess.
Okay.
20-foot cube. So it's going to be a cube like up here. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
It's going to be every object in that cube is going to be outlined.
Yep. So the
Okay.
floor going to be outlined, but it needs to make a.
It gets to make a deck save that's in it.
Yeah.
Deck save. Okay.
Sadly,
22?
her casting is low. Darn.
Where is this being cast? Am I in the cube?
You are
It's a
not.
You're
20-foot
not.
Cube. Okay.
No, it was from the.
So it's Curio in the elemental.
Yeah, but it was above it, so just the elemental did. I drew it in. Did it not
Okay.
show up?
It did. I just don't think she was
Okay.
looking. Yeah,
Okay.
he can do it in a way that gets only the elemental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. I don't see it.
So
on
she
there
gonna
anymore.
curse a lot.
Come on, why doesn't that ever work?
Yeah, pretty much. I think she can do a thing.
I think she can Misty Step, can't she?
Yeah.
Can jump into melee range with it and hit it. She just can't throw anything at
The
it.
distance
because
is
they will
30
miss.
feet. So yeah. So go ahead and bring her down opposite Curio.
Okay.
So there.
There or there.
Okay. And that's what she can do. That way she's at least there.
All right.
I didn't think to do that first.
Is
Okay.
is that a bonus action to use?
Misty Step is a bonus action.
All right.
Fairy
then
Fire is an action. So all she had left, well, actually, she probably could have just
Movement.
moved.
Yeah, she
I didn't know she
She
couldn't
was
have got there
15
by
feet
just
up,
moving.
so she would have had to go down the stairs and then, or jump off.
Yeah,
Still had to Misty Step to get in range.
so that's fine.
Okay.
That way she's at least there.
Then, Curio, it is your turn.
I'm going to move slightly out of it so my face is no longer being battered. And I am going to whop it.
Okay.
Okay, I did change the stuff. I'm no longer grabbing onto the wall. It's opposite side.
26 to hit twice in a row.
Horrible, horrible damage, though.
Yeah.
Yep, so 25 damage.
Make a con save, please.
Constitution 14.
Okay, it is stunned.
All right.
And flurry of blows.
Okay, so both hit for another 19 damage. All right.
Oh, wait. Undo the last one.
Undo the 19.
Yeah, so undo the 19. Give me a second. So that's these two.
There you go.
Wait, why did you
Oh,
not
you were
roll?
using your claws instead of the staff?
Yeah. The flurry of
Nat
blows,
20.
I can't do the staff. I just checked it. It is my flurry of blows I can do unarmed. So I can do the main attack with the staff and then follow it up like with punches or kicks.
Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't say.
Cast Claws a nat 20.
Yeah.
So
And those are
23.
magical.
Yes, your claws are magical. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Sorry about that last time. The other one would have probably lived just a little bit longer, but
Slightly longer, but. All right, Aurora, you're up. Nihon?
you good, Nihon?
Nihon.
Uh-oh.
I think Nihon stepped away.
Hey, Oogie Boogie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Turn.
Thank you.
Your turn.
You literally stepped away for like 2 seconds just as my turn popped up. So, I am quite a bit away. So I think I'm gonna move. Yes.
Remember you're on
No
a
longer
staircase.
obstructed because
Yeah.
of the
Good
thing.
point.
I mean, you could leap off the staircase.
Yeah. I'm gonna not do that.
Okay.
So move 15 here, and then I can move another 15.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You do have throwing axes, I think, don't you, or something like that?
Fire down.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Wind
The
wall.
wind wall will make those automatically miss.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yep.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah,
You
it's
could cast a
probably
spell.
not gonna work.
If you have a spell, you could do that.
Do it. Wait, I don't have Spirit Guardians up, do I?
No, you
No.
do not.
No.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Also, Oogie, pictures, please. Update, please. And Oogie will be the only one who knows what I'm talking about.
Okie
Alright.
doke. So I will cast Spirit Guardians, and it's a Wisdom save.
Yeah, I think it does need to make it now.
Yes.
Well, it's when it moves into it.
Also, when it first
Or-
enters it. So
Yes.
7, it fails. Or 10. Goal planner, thank you for following me. All right.
So
Anything else?
10 damage.
All right. Lilia, you're up.
I can see him, right? The wind is gone.
You can because of Callan's wind wall.
Okay.
You can see him through the
Concentration
wind.
spells, or the other one will escape.
It's damaged, correct?
It is.
I'm just gonna. Wow, that one sucked.
All right. Wisdom save. It's gonna fail. For 9 damage. Anything else?
Checking.
Because that was a
Anybody-
cantrip, right?
That was a cantrip.
that
Anybody
was an
damaged?
action.
Anybody hurt?
Nope, I'm good at the moment. I think I've
Should be
literally been the
fine.
only one that was attacked so far. So
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
you took the other one out before it had a chance, and this one has just hurt me. And it barely hurt me. It didn't even get past my temp.
And I can't summon spiritual weapon on a bonus, can I?
If you already cast a different spell, no.
She's
it's a
only cast a
cantrip?
cantrip, so yes, she can.
Yeah. Because cantrips aren't leveled.
So you can summon it and attack with it.
Yep.
To right
19
here, please.
is gonna hit.
Hammer here, please.
Okay.
Hammer!
Right there. Oh. There you go. How do you want to do this?
You smack it in the head with
I'll
the hammer.
my banana hammer just spawns into existence and then just smacks it and glowy lights make it poof. I don't
All
know.
right, so your banana hammer spawns in, just like whiffs through it, and some bright little mini banana hammers
Yes.
spawn into it and just kind of explode it from the inside.
Hammer goes whoosh.
Poof.
You know what's really funny about that?
What's that?
We were one player turn away from finishing that in one round of combat.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't even gone twice.
Yep.
Well
Impressive.
done.
Well, when you banish one of them, it
Yeah.
makes it a bit easier.
So concentrate, banana. Concentrate. Concentrate, Lily. You got this.
I'll just sit on the floor and just keep concentrating.
Okay.
Just don't think about breaking wind. It's a good way to lose concentration.
All right, so you focus for the last minute, and the elemental stays on. The arena begins to return
Over to the pedestal.
back to normal. San is already
Wow.
standing.
Well, that's
over-
why you couldn't give Firedale control of San. I have control of San.
Weird. You
I
shouldn't.
don't know why.
Maybe you controlled her last time that we had to have someone else.
Maybe so. Because I just moved her.
That was just strange will.
Oh yeah, you are added on there.
Oh, that's probably why. Probably a limit on who you can add, how many people you can add.
No, I just had to go into her beyond or her Roll20 character sheet, which I didn't feel like doing before. So I've added Firedale on there now.
Okay.
I didn't realize you could add people, not just switch it. I didn't want to switch it. All right. So the gem drops out into San's hand. And
suddenly it's not in Son's hand anymore.
And the cavern, or the space returns back to normal. The fog dissipates. The wind wall dies down.
Can you fix Aurora's aura?
Sure.
So it's the 10 feet instead of 15?
Yes.
No, that's supposed to be spirit guardians.
Right, which he does not use anymore.
I thought he pulled it back up.
It
Yes,
takes a
but
minute.
combat's over,
Yeah.
and it would
We'll
be
just-
over now.
Oh,
We'll just do that.
Your concentration and it lasting are pretty much the same amount of time. So
no. Okay.
All right. So with the last battle done, what do you guys do?
we sit and wait. I assume Son starts yelling and shouting up to the
To give her back
heavens about
Moro.
wanting Moro. You know, we've done everything that we were
I'm
asked
going
to
to
do.
attempt a sending spell.
Okay.
I don't expect it to work, but I'm gonna try it anyway and try to send Audra.
Okay.
Be like, did we pass your test? Can we leave now?
No response.
Dang it.
So there's just silence at the moment. Anything you guys want to do? Or are you just
Like
gonna
I said, I know
wait?
Son's going to be cursing up a storm and how we did this, that, and the other thing, and
I
beyond that,
can't continue to send him. I only have so many spell slots, so.
Oh yeah,
I'm
come
gonna
on,
sit down.
Audra, give me back Luna, please.
I'm going to work on shaking my fur and trying to dry off from the water elemental
Going
envelopment.
Callan if he has any more uses of detect magic left.
Okay. Yeah, he does.
Is there something else magical that we need to trigger in here? Ask him to take a look around.
So he will cast Detect Magic. What was that? There it is. Which is a wand, so he casts Detect Magic, and I believe 3 gems in San's pocket and 1 gem in Curio's.
Oh no, Son has the other one too.
Okay, I know you picked up the other one before.
Yep,
And
I
gave
gave
it to
Son.
Son.
Okay. So, the 4 gems in San's pocket are glowing with magic.
By your powers combined, we are Gem
School of
Planet.
Magic?
They would be
Didn't we do this already?
We had tried to detect magic on the gems before, but I don't remember what the result was.
I need to remember what the school is called. It's like Conjuration or whatever.
Okay, so it's the same result as we had last time.
Yeah. They're
Okay,
all
so it's
Conjuration.
nothing new there, but nothing else is flashing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just those 4 gems in San's pocket. They all seem to be magical.
I mean, they were magical before, so that makes sense.
Should we break them?
I don't know. breaking them would do anything.
Are we supposed to put them back in the pedestal?
We could try.
Son would pout
If
and say,
Son
my
lets
gems.
us.
Yeah, Son would pout and say, no, my gems.
On keeping the gems does you no good if we remain stuck here.
I'm sure she
Morrow.
would eventually give in and
Without
be very
Morrow.
pouty.
Mm-hmm.
You want Morrow back, right?
She would give in, I'm sure.
Not to mention, if we're in a dragon's world, do the gems even really exist?
Right, what's the point of having the loot if you don't have anywhere to use it? If we're just stuck.
Okay, so Son hands over the gems.
Reluctantly.
Who's
Yep.
who is
It hurts
attempting
her a
this?
lot to do it.
Who is attempting this?
Put one back in.
Okay.
Try to put the red one back, because we did that one first.
All right, so you carefully put it back in, and it stays in place.
Okay. I think this is what we're supposed to do.
Hopefully.
So, does anybody else want to put one in, or should I just keep doing them one by one?
Go ahead, put them all in.
Alright, I'll just keep doing them.
All right, so one by one, you place it securely in. Do you try and put them in any order, or?
Back in the order that we had them come out.
Okay. Okay.
So red, green, blue, yellow.
Yeah.
Roll me intelligence to see if you can remember which slots they came in. 15. That's good enough.
Well,
you're like,
the
I'm
yellow
pretty
one's
sure it
on
was
the
you.
west
Rose, so
slot, the
technically a
water's on
14,
the south
But
slot,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the fire's on the east slot.
Mm-hmm.
technically it was only a 14. I rolled saving throw instead of straight.
Okay. Yeah, 14 still pretty good. All right, so one by one, you put them back in. They all sit securely in it. And then the pedestal starts to drop into the floor. Moments later, Audra reappears.
Thank God.
Aha. So you have learned your lesson. You did not try to steal from me again.
Oh, so far. That was literally.
He wasn't watching, was he?
Called it!
You. Well, I know that one, and he looks over at San, wanted to keep them. But the rest of you seem to have a good heart.
My thought was, why the heck keep them if we're in a dragon's realm?
That was the true test of this encounter, was to see if you would choose to steal yet again, when that is what got you here in the first place.
Say, just speaking out loud. So if we had put the first gem back in after it fell out, would we have been able to skip the other 3 fights?
He looks at you and kind of chuckles a little. No.
Would the
Bit
gem
more
have
mean
even
to say
stuck?
yes.
Would the gem have even stuck in? I wonder.
No clue.
He just kind of gives you a little wink. But you have passed my test, so I will keep to my word and release you.
Give me Luna, please.
He opens up his mouth and breathes dragon breath at you all, enveloping you all. And then you wake up.
Just thinking in the back of our head, we still have
back
to
in your
cross
beds.
that river.
Yeah. You wake up back in your beds.
And we had a good night's sleep.
Back in the tower. The old man Audra standing in the center of the room with a smile on his face. Did you sleep well?
I'll just cling on to Luna and start crying.
Luna is next to you, on the floor next to your bed.
No, she was up on my bed with me when I was cuddling her.
Okay. Then on your bed.
I'll just
Look
cling
at
to her
him
and just start crying.
and just kind of sigh deeply and then be like, "Can you show me where your kitchen is? We need some breakfast after that. I'll make something."
Sure. I can. Yes, of course. He walks past Son and says, do you have something for me, dearie?
In the gold.
I will
Now-
look at Son.
Now here's the question:
Inventory.
would she do it?
If she's got everybody else staring her down with pressure,
She might. Okay, 'cause
with
she wouldn't want to put her.
disapproving pressure.
She wouldn't want to put the Cubs in danger again. So yes, I'm sure she would be extremely reluctant.
Meteor.
Uh-huh.
Is the 12 gold that I had offered up back in my inventory?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm sure she would offer it
Then
up.
yes, I would nudge Son.
She would do it.
Okay.
I imagine we'll pay for it later, making her give up her precious earned money.
Thank you very much. And he goes back and puts it back in his chest. That same ring sitting on top of it. On top
And
of
I'll-
the gold.
On the shoulder and hand him 4 more.
Because she did promise.
Oh
Yep.
my. Thank
I promised extra, so
He takes it like with like awe in his eyes, like oh, and just sprinkles it in, closes the box, and shoves it back under his bed.
I keep my word.
So you said breakfast?
Yes.
Follow me. And he kind of shuffles down.
Is he gonna
The
act like
stairs.
none of this happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely
course.
gonna act like none of this happened.
And he brings you out to the kitchen and he starts making a breakfast for all of you.
I'm gonna stay off to the corner, still cuddling Luna, giving him side eye. He has upset the kitty.
And the kitty.
Lilia is
So-
now hostile.
So, Meteor,
Uh-huh.
do we get a long rest?
Yes, you do get a long rest. Sorry, I forgot to say that.
Thank you. Okay, so I need to do a thing.
To nudge Lilia
Did that?
and ask her to create me
Yeah.
a flower.
7, Lily.
Okay. I need to be outside for that. It needs to be in dirt. It has to be in dirt for that.
Staff of healing. What's that? What are
And
you doing?
to be able to make a flower, I have to do it in dirt.
Okay.
For a specific flower.
Yes, but I have to be outside
Yep.
to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So just let me know what flower you want, and when we get outside, I can do it.
While you guys are eating, he's gonna look to you all and ask, what do you all treasure most? Wisdom? Intelligence? Or oh shoot, had the word just a second ago.
I'm asking for a sunflower, by the way.
Okay.
Or
Charisma?
From the Wand of Flowers.
yeah, I was looking for a different word, but yeah, charisma.
Leadership?
Yeah, we'll go with leadership.
I'll just yell
Charm.
at him, Luna. My answer is Luna. It's not an answer to his question, but my answer is Luna.
Okay.
I am a very salty
Yep.
kitty.
What do you treasure most? This,
He
or
leans
this?
down and gives her a pet. She is a wonderful kitty, yes. Luna purrs.
Once that sunflower is given to me, hand it to him after twisting it a bit to be a ring, the stem.
Okay.
And knowing exactly what the sunflower means, which I'll explain in a minute, I'm going to kind of hold it out to him and say, I value compassion and understanding.
That sounds like wisdom to me.
Because a sunflower means I think you're haughty and full of yourself and you should sit down.
Here's a question. Is there an empty flower pot in the room?
Good to know.
Meteor?
She's saying what she'll do
there
once
is
you
not.
give it to her.
No. Not at the moment.
Okay, so I'll go to the door, open it for a minute, step outside, get the flower, and bring it back to Safi then.
Sunflower.
So yeah, she has the flower. She could do the thing.
Pleased with how he handled this, to say the
You
least.
cut out. What did you say?
Said Saflin is displeased with how he handled this, to say the least.
Okay.
I would say wisdom. The wisdom to know when you've done something wrong.
That is very wise indeed.
I've been told I'm good at riddles.
While you guys finish your meal, he goes upstairs for a minute and then comes back down a minute later and says, "Well, you wanted to cross the river, yes? Shall we?"
Looks at him still pouting.
Look at Safi with a questioning gaze.
What's the survival check for?
For who was making breakfast. And I was going to say, if it was me, then I was feeling spiteful, so I did not make a good breakfast.
Okay.
I am too salty to concentrate on anything else but Luna right now.
Saflin's angry and she burned the toast.
Now here's the question, did she do it on purpose?
You will never know.
I like a good char flavor.
So are we good? Are we good to cross, Safi?
If everyone's ready, then yeah, we should head out.
Okay, sounds good.
He leads you out the front door and over to what looks like a big raft, and which is currently on the land. And he begins to slowly drag it down to the water. Takes a minute, but eventually it gets there. And he says, "All right, everyone on."
Hop on.
Okay.
Get on the raft. She's staying very close to San.
Okay.
I'll get on the raft too, but I am very close to Luna. And I'm still looking at him really scorned.
And I will slip San the water walking ring. Because I'm assuming it's back in my inventory.
It is. All right. On the raft, you see all these like little rope that kind of look like handles. You may want to hold on, dearies. The water's pretty rough. Do you guys hold on?
Yeah.
I'll follow the direction, but I gave San the water walking ring as insurance.
Okay.
Just in case, so she can just walk across if need be.
All right, so you all grab hold of the handles.
Mm-hmm.
He then grabs an oar that was lying on the ground. It's a pretty big oar too, and stands on the raft at the side. Says, "You ready?"
Ready.
Yep.
And with one motion, he puts the oar in the water and pushes it through the water as hard as he can. The raft zooms over the water straight to the other side.
I'm guessing he is comically strong for his size.
Kira's gonna hold up his paws and go, wee!
You hold up your paws during it going?
For
Yeah.
safety's
Yeah, he
sake.
would.
Okay.
He would do it.
Roll
Safflin is gonna reach over
acrobatics.
and grab hold of him.
Alright,
Zeph
roll
is gonna try and
acrobatics
hold on.
with advantage.
Yeah, I'm grabbing hold of him.
Why did that roll 3 times?
No clue.
Did you do super advantage rather
Oh,
than
apparently
advantage?
right shift is super advantage.
Yes, yes it is.
What the heck is super advantage?
You
If
get a
you-
third roll.
Yeah, if
Yep.
you don't house rule it that it caps at 2, you can do 3.
Alright. So I'll take either roll. So yeah,
Or
you hold
28
your
or
hands up
25.
and you manage to stay on just fine. Safi kind of holds you tight to make sure you're not falling off with one hand. But you get over to the other side of the river in an instant.
Wee!
Say
And-
that I grabbed part of his clothing
Okay.
to make sure that I wasn't holding like his tail or something. I wanted to specify.
Okay.
See,
Don't
even
hold the
Safi-
tail.
Even Safi appreciates the tail. I appreciate that.
But the raft kind of zooms across the water, but like it slows down enough at the other side that it
Just
comes
barely
up
taps the
on.
edge.
It does come up onto the edge, but gently enough that it's not like jarring, and just rests on the other side.
He's had many years of experience.
He has. Well, there you are, the other side.
Again.
I have something for you. And he reaches into his coat and pulls out a book. Who shall I give this to?
Oh, me.
All right, so he hands you
Away.
the book.
Yeah.
What's it look like?
It looks like. Give me 1 second.
I've read lots of books in my series. Though Lily might like it because she's been reading books.
Safflin, you would actually recognize this book. It is one of the books that you found upstairs. It is the one with the face on it.
That was magical.
Okay.
Yes. To help with your understanding on your adventure, since that is what you value. I wish you well. He steps
Insert
back.
question mark emoji.
He steps
Could
back.
be a translator book.
He steps back on the raft, picks up the oar, toodaloo, and with one swift motion again, the raft glides over to the other side, over the water.
Kira's gonna pout
Did
because
we
he wanted
pay
to ride
him?
again.
Did we pay him?
I tipped him earlier.
We'll say you gave him the money before
Okay.
you went over. How much did we say? I think it was.
Wasn't it 5 gold or something
It was
like
8 gold to cross the river.
that? Okay.
Yeah, 8
I
gold to
remembered
cross
it
the
being
river.
pretty low, but not super low.
So yeah, go ahead and mark the 8 gold off.
That's why when San stole 8 gold, I was like, oh, okay. Because we were just going to pay him 8 gold anyway. But, you know.
So, looking at the book,
Yeah, I'm curious, so I look at the book.
roll me an Arcana check, Thiredale. Or Curio.
Arcana, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like help?
No, I don't
That's
think
up
he's
to
telling
you.
anything.
Safi, if you're looking over, you can roll as well.
You
Okay.
can roll a 20 this time.
You've never seen a book like this before, except upstairs when you saw it before. So you're not quite sure what this does, but it seems to have like runic inscriptions inside.
Can I walk up and take a peek just for shits and giggles?
Sure. Go ahead
Has
and roll.
meditation on intuition and insight exercises.
Slightly better,
Think
but
clearly.
I'm guessing no.
Yeah, you also are unsure.
Probably need at least 15.
Callan's gonna come up.
Should I identify it?
Yeah. Do.
All right, so he's gonna ritually identify it just on the bank of the river right here.
Pulls out a pearl, rubs against it.
Mm-hmm. And after the, I think, 10 minutes are up, he says,
This is a tome of understanding. It makes you wiser, basically.
so out of game,
Yes.
this can give one person a +2 to your wisdom score.
Yep.
And it boosts your maximum up by 2 as well.
Thus why it was transmutation from before.
Yep.
Sounds like an excellent bonus for someone who has a wisdom primary stat like our cleric.
I was just gonna say that sounds like it would be best probably for
Yep,
the
the
healer?
cleric or the monk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the cleric or the monk, yeah. Curio could also benefit from it.
All right. So that is
Curio,
where
what is your wisdom right now?
I think it's one of his highest stats, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah,
Wisdom is
stat for him.
16.
Okay, I'm at 18 right now.
Well, we will go ahead and end it there. You guys can decide
Decide.
who gets
after.
it this week sometime. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was a great session.
We did stuff.
through all the
Yay.
elementals.
And we will see y'all next week for some more D&D. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.